Just toast. I'm gonna think about it some.
FOTMs, do you know what time it is? It's toast time. Toast, featuring Stu Stone, Ken Brown, and Toronto Mike.
Sorry, just clear my throat. Get ready.
Just toast.
Got a problem with that?
No, I deserve that. I would have done the same thing. Like when I kicked out the jams of 3-year-old Jarvis and the thing was going motherfuckers and I went, ah! Welcome to Toronto Mic'd, episode number 1652. Proudly brought to you by Great Lakes Brewery, a fiercely independent craft brewery who believes in supporting communities, good times, and brewing amazing beer. Order online for free local home delivery in the GTA. Palma Pasta. Enjoy the taste of fresh, homemade Italian pasta and entrees from Palma Pasta in Mississauga and Oakville. RecycleMyElectronics.ca. Committing to our planet's future means properly recycling our electronics of the past. Building Toronto Skyline, a podcast and book from Nick Iones, sponsored by Fusion Corp Construction Management Inc. and Ridley Funeral Home, pillars of the community since 1921. Joining me today for this 39th episode of Toast, it's Rob Preuss and Bob Willette. Bob, I just remembered you're going deaf. Like, do you want me to increase the volume of your headphones?
Sure, you can give me some more. Yeah.
I forgot. And Rob, tell me if yours is getting louder. I don't remember.
No, I'm number 4.
What?
I'm number 4. There we go. Yeah.
No, I'm good.
Yeah.
Everybody's good?
Turn up the
I
snare.
think you turned me up too. Did you turn me up a little
Yeah,
bit?
because I didn't know who was who over here.
okay.
Okay, welcome back to Toronto Mic'd, Rob and Bob.
Hello.
Nice to see you once again. Nice to be back.
Good to see you.
How are you, sir?
Me?
Yeah, you.
Because you
How
said
are
sir.
you?
I figured that was for Rob Preuss. Because, you know, we have a future Canadian... are you in any halls of fame?
No. Well, we got like a civic recognition thing from Burlington. I got a key
You're
to
the Burlington Hall of
I
Fame.
got a key to the city.
That's good.
We got some kind of civic
But don't you
recognition.
think maybe Spoon belongs in the Canadian Songwriters Hall of Fame?
Please add another S. Sir.
Yeah, Spoons.
Please add one more S.
The Spoons.
Spoons.
Not Spoons.
That band from the States will never get in the Canadian Hall of Fame.
No.
Okay.
They're pretty cool, though.
They are. I love their music.
Really good.
I really
Were
do.
you pissed off when another Spoon showed up? Like, is that too close for comfort?
Nah, I never cared because we never made much traction in the States anyway. So by the time they came along,
Now you never will.
we never will, except on all the retro Canadians who escaped to America to get away from Canada.
The transplanted. Well, we're bringing them all home. Any thoughts since
right.
our last conversation, Rob Preuss? Any thoughts on returning to the motherland, returning home?
Oh, yeah.
Well, not specific thoughts, but it's very anxiety.
What were you doing the past month? I wanted some specific thoughts.
I got no specific thoughts, but isn't we're all like doom scrolling and like it's ridiculous, like what we're all daily facing and dealing with, and it's so stupid.
Is it making is it getting the coverage down there that it gets here?
It gets coverage.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm finding the coverage that I want to find because as a Canadian living down there, it means much more to me.
Sure.
But I think in a larger picture, like if I see headlines on the New York Times or the Washington Post or whatever, the conversation is kind of the same, but they have too many other things in the air as well. Like it's just all fucked up.
Yeah, he's messing up everywhere.
He's messing up
Not
the whole
just-
world.
Yeah.
So we're very Canadian centric as we should be, but
Is CNN talking about this at all?
there was somebody on there last week. They had some Canadian rep sort of given some perspective on it.
Oh, I saw that guy. He's a bit of a weirdo.
I gotta watch it again because I only watched it with the sound off. So
Did you hear the Elvis story? So Elvis is in North Oshawa at his kids' hockey game, and he can overhear like another family in the stands. Okay, so he hears the grandfather of this family is telling his family members about this guy he saw on CNN on Friday, and that he was really like, this guy hit it out of the park and really nailed it. So this gentleman, whose name will come to me in a moment here. Gosh, what's his name? Larry Walter? It'll come to me. but he basically wrote an email to this guy. He was on CNN, and this guy on CNN wrote him back, and he was really excited about this. And Elvis said it was the greatest colliding of worlds he's ever witnessed.
That's cool.
You did
Bruce.
His
name was Bruce.
His name was Toronto Bruce.
Bruce Bunker. So hello to Bruce Bunker in North Oshawa.
All jokes aside, sir, you did a great job.
Yeah, you were. It was really
That's
great.
the second time I've been called sir. I can get used to this. It's going straight to my head here.
Yeah, it is.
So tell us how things are going, Bob. I noticed you've lost a shit ton of weight. You look fantastic.
Yeah, I started losing weight late last year, and it's kind of noticeable, I guess, with this shirt. I wore green today because it's St. Patrick's Day, and it looks a little bit like a tent right now.
Can you lift the shirt? I want to see the tummy.
No,
it looks tight.
It looks good.
It's not tight. It's loose and gooey.
Much tighter.
I'm still gooey. I'm just less gooey.
So when you cinch the belt, is there less muffin top?
Oh, there's less muffin top, and the belt's got to go a lot tighter.
I'm excited for you. You look trim.
Thank you.
Other than maybe, are you eating less donuts? Like what's your
less donuts. No, just a pure donut diet. Actually, no. Just it's
Do you do your whole show standing up?
I do.
I see. That's got to be part of it too.
You can't do that down here though.
No. It's a stand-up studio at Indy 88.
Gives you a good energy when you're standing.
I refuse.
Working, right?
So what I do, I actually set up. I have like 2 work areas. I have the on-air area, and then I put my laptop on the other side. I do my work. I'll sit down over there and get my prep together, but I will not sit down when I'm on the air.
Amazing.
No way.
Yeah,
no.
because every time you have little clips of you doing your
Standing,
stuff, I think it looks so energetic. Like that's why you portray that.
I also can't stop moving because I've got that ADHD thing going on. So
he's got that nervous energy.
Yeah, it's not even nervous. Yeah, it's just a high energy. Anyways, so I do stand up all the time. Yeah, for sure. But
how are things at Indy 88? You're on 6 days a week.
I'm on 6 days a week right now. Did I tell you guys how they came to me and asked to go to 6? I already told that
when
story.
You're not on the air.
That's right. Okay.
The ratings are in the toilet.
Basically, they said they could tell when I'm not on the air in the evening.
Yeah, they said we need more Bob. Did they ever say how about 7 days a week?
Not yet. But I'll just give you an example. We get daily ratings, right? And it's the sample size is so small. You're talking for adults 25-54. There's only like 460 ppm meters out there. It is a small sample size, but statistically speaking, it's accurate.
Yeah.
So the other day I filled in for Lana, our afternoon show host. I was the number 2 most listened to radio station women 25-54 in Toronto during that.
Women like Bob Willette
for afternoon drive.
You taking notes over here?
Yeah, well, that's even without seeing a photo of how handsome you are.
Stuff it.
They probably saw him on Instagram.
You boys.
Yeah. Oh, that's true.
Anyways, but then the next night I'm on the air and I get a 0.1. Like it's such a small sample size. Yeah, and you can't live and die by the daily ratings, but you do want to look at them because they're a tool.
Sure.
In the tool belt there. So it's going very, very well. I just really, as you guys know, I dig doing radio, and I really dig just being on air so much. It's so great. And they're letting me do what I want. In the sense that tonight I'm going to do like a St. Patrick's Day thing. We've upped the Irish content. Nobody else is doing anything like this. We had the hockey game on while I was on the air. And
you're going to have Cranberries. You're going to have Sinead O'Connor. You're going to have U2.
Yep. The Pogues as well. I'm going to play some Pogues tonight, which is off the playlist. So
that's amazing.
It's amazing that I'm getting to do that.
How do you get to play? Do you request it? Like, do you get to put in a suggestion?
Yeah. So normally, like, I don't I don't do anything with the music. But if I have a couple ideas, I think I told you guys I have an idea for a feature that I want to do that we're getting going.
Yep.
It's just taking a little longer than expected. But I was like, hey, it's so and so's birthday. Can I do this? Or it's whatever. I want to make a big deal out of it. And this particular one, hey, Monday. I said Monday's a shitty night for St. Patrick's Day. I said, so why don't let me do a little party on the air. And they said, sure. So it starts off at 6 o'clock with, U2 and the Cranberries and Hosier, who is, he's Irish as well. Yeah. But then as we go, it gets, we're going to play the Water Boys. We're going to play,
What about the Irish Rovers?
No, that would be
Toronto
CanCon.
band. That's CanCon.
It would be CanCon. I might play it in the back. I might play it in the background.
They were green alligators and
the unicorn. Is he doing the?
What about like Great Big Sea? They've got some Irish ditties.
Yeah, they're very. I said I'll play anything Celtic sounding, right? Yeah. Spirit of the West. Yeah. Mumford and Sons.
Yep.
Yeah, like even Mumford, they're Welsh, but they sound Celtic.
They've got that sound. That's right.
Anyway, so I'm just going to do
what
that.
About Ashley McIsaac?
Ashley McIsaac's great. Yeah.
What time you starting? 6?
I start at 6.
I'm going to be tuning in while I'm driving.
Yeah.
And there's Gaelic in that Ashley McIsaac.
Yeah, the Sleepy Maggie.
Yeah, which is a great fucking
song. It's a great song. It's funny. I just put
Gaelic?
it on. Yeah, it's actually the actual Irish language.
There's a joke in there somewhere that I just thought of with something to do with an Irish vampire, Gaelic garlic. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what the joke
Keep
is
workshop.
yet.
You're not the second city guy on this panel. Okay, that's Bob Willette.
We'll work on
Okay,
it.
so Bob, we love hearing your voice on indie, continued success. Indie, when you're not on it, just so pedestrian, but when you're on it next level.
Stop it.
East York John says, make sure you got whiskey in the jar going for
yeah.
Lizzie.
Yes,
That's
yes.
an essential tonight. Hello to Leslie, who says happy St. Patrick's Day to everybody
Yes.
on the live stream. VP of No Sales. I want to say a quick comment about VP, which is in the not so secret FOTM chat on WhatsApp. I said, I'm going to be spending the next hour or so at Mimico Arena. It was Super Sunday, the last House League final, House League final for my almost 11-year-old son. And guess who came out to watch my son play in this final? It was the VP of sales. He came out to the game.
Isn't that nice?
And Mimico,
Amazing.
this is a sweetheart, everybody. So take a note. That's an absolute sweetheart. Top of the morning to J-Ho. Good morning to Moose Grumpy. Hello to Tobias Vaughn. Let's see here. We got WBN 1000. We got Canada Kev on the live stream. It's a good crowd here today. Andy, it's awfully early for you. I'm impressed that even Andy is here. Andy, I just booked Mike Wilner's girlfriend. Mike Wilner's girlfriend, this is a fun fact, is Nancy from Degrassi, and she's now in the Toronto Mike calendar.
Cool.
And I said, I'll do 90 minutes with Nancy about dating Mike Wilner. So lots going on here. Okay, so how are you doing, Rob? I know we checked in with the Indy 88 superstar,
That's Bob.
Willette, who's I know this is come on, Indy 88. Will they play? Do they play any spoons on Indy 88?
No way.
Yes, we did. You
did?
Oh no, you know
You
what?
do?
I
You
also no. You know
it
what?
was
We
spoon.
haven't. Yeah, we do play spoon. Yes, we do play spoon. But the spoons, you know what? The owner of the company owns these 3 stations: one in Alliston, Orangeville, and Milton. It's a local radio lab. And I may or may not do a show on those 3 stations too. Cool. And we play a lot.
Wow,
of
that's like a exclusive here.
we play a lot of spoons on that.
Amazing.
Alliston, not too far from 89, and maybe that is 89, where I would take it to go to Guildford, Ontario, and then I would take my grandmother grocery shopping in Bradford, Ontario.
Yeah, there you go.
Guildford sounds familiar. I think I've driven
It's
through
a
there.
tiny little.
Yeah.
It's on
Didn't he play for the Leafs, Doug Guilford?
Yeah, that's right.
oh yeah. Oh my goodness! I see a spider. Don't look. I see a big
yeah.
spider over there. My goodness, we might be in trouble.
Leave it alone.
If you hear screaming, it'll
Yeah,
be
sorry,
because
no.
the spider attacks us. So how are you doing, Rob Preuss?
I'm doing good. I'm doing a little bit of work on this Nash the Slash documentary.
Can you be
which
more
is-
specific? Because I got a nice note from Colin Brunton about my CNN appearance.
Oh, you did? Yeah, Colin. I mean,
I got the wildest notes. I got to say, you never. I don't know
That's
who
good.
watched it live or if people are picking it up on YouTube, but
Yeah.
people are coming out of the woodwork. Like,
Yeah.
man, you're really speaking. I feel like I'm saving the fucking country. Am,
Well,
am I overreacting here?
Elbows up, baby.
yeah, one spokesperson at a time. I mean, we're all together, right? So the fact that you did that, I think everybody who knows you and knows of you is
Am I
very
a folk
proud.
hero, Rob Preuss?
Yeah, you are. To me, you are. You really are.
Okay, so back to the
anyways,
Nash the Slash doc from Colin
I'm
Brunton.
just doing some little music cues for the film, and it's very exciting to try to sort of dig back into my early 80s sounds.
What am I
Look
looking
at there it
at?
is.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's
Yeah,
the last pogo.
I've been communicating with Colin and with the director Tim Kowalski as well.
Oh, yeah.
And it's been really fun. Like, they're just sort of wrapping up the film, but there's little bits and pieces. Ages ago, I said to Colin, if you need any music, like, that's my jam. Like, early 80s with Nash used to tour with us, and he used to come on stage and play
wow.
arias and symphonies with us and stuff as
I
well.
have it here.
Look at that. There he is. Yeah. Cool.
Nash
very
the
cool.
Slash.
So hopefully the
That's
film's
cool.
going to see the light of day later this year. I think they're
Well, you know,
submitting it to
I think
some
I said it on
festivals.
this program. I got a Colin wrote me to say after he was on Toronto Mike, somebody pledged $10,000.
Amazing.
Like,
wow.
a listener heard him on Toronto Mike and said, "Here's $10,000."
The power.
Amazing.
The power of the FOTMs.
And I'm like, "Where's my fucking $10,000?"
yeah, why do they? Hey, we got you a boat.
Well, that's true.
Yeah.
No, I can't complain.
I'm teasing.
I know I got a boat. I can't wait for the weather to change. I'm playing in the background, gentlemen. Roberta Flack.
Yeah.
Any thoughts, particularly from the professional musician? But we lost Roberta Flack since our last recording. Yeah, and she, of course, "Killing Me Softly" was one of her big songs. Covered the cover more known for our Jen, I'd say, from Lauryn Hill in the Fugees. Any thoughts
Well,
on?
I mean, I'm
Roberta Flack.
old enough to have been super young when that was on the radio, so it was a huge hit. Of course, for me, in my earliest days of listening to the radio, I loved this song. I loved every song she released, and like she's another person that's the sound of my childhood. Like I just love everything she did. Beautiful.
Yeah, she. I love her duets. Like there's some of her duets.
Yep.
I'm a big
With
fan.
Donny Hathaway.
Yes,
Yep.
I'm a big fan of duets. Especially like cheesy ballady ones, as you would say.
Yeah.
So that's when I think. Obviously, Killing Me Softly, but the one that I really the songs, the stuff she did with Donny.
Yes, amazing songs. And this song is like,
Oh, and Tonight I Celebrate My Love with Peebo Bryson.
Yeah, with Peebo Bryson. I know,
just
right?
like saying Peebo.
Peebo.
That's the one. That and Set the Night to Music with Maxi Priest.
But this,
Come on.
but this song, this first time, this original version, which is a cover, there's such space to this music. As in the early '70s, people
nice
were like just chilling out.
Oh yeah,
Right.
this song takes its time and it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Like it's not in a rush.
Yeah,
You don't hear this on, a lot of top 40 stations where they can.
You
just,
used to though. That's the thing. Like when I was a kid, this was on the this was CKOC. This was Chum.
Oh yeah,
know?
no, you would never get a radio station that would add this anymore. They'd be worried that people would fall asleep.
What is wrong with people? They should enjoy it.
I don't know.
Would
Yeah,
Zoomer play this? I had Andy Wilson over.
Yeah.
We
I
talked
heard.
about Bob Willette on the Andy Wilson.
Oh, I did listen to that one because you told me I was mentioned. Andy. So I do have an answer for who owns the boom. Who they license it
I'm
from.
curious. So
Did you
to
find
set it
out?
up, though, no, I didn't even investigate. I forgot about it. But I remember when Colleen Rushholm was let go from Chorus.
Yes,
it was Boom.
Yeah, she worked for Boom in Ottawa, which is
Right.
a chorus station.
But here we know Boom is owned by Stingray,
who bought New Cap. Yes. So it was Astral that owned the Boom thing. So it's Bell. Bell owns Boom. The
So
Boom
how come
licensing.
a chorus? So everyone's got
license it, they pay for it.
so you just cut a check
Yeah.
to Bell and you can call yourself Boom. In
Yeah,
this
you can do
country.
that with any of those. Easy Rock was a licensing thing, right? With Telemedia, I think owned it in Canada. It's all licensing. The Edge was a licensing thing. Did you know that?
But I was told that didn't work across the border, and that the Edge only in America was it licensed, but in Canada they could just take it and they didn't pay a penny for the Edge.
There was some discussion on that. Yes, they didn't pay anybody, but they stole the format basically from.
Oh yeah, I know they stole
it was
the
Fred
format.
Jacobs
Right.
station
They said
in Dallas.
We're in Canada, so we don't have to pay you shit. So so they didn't actually license.
Yeah,
it.
but so I'm pretty sure that both Stingray and Chorus, anybody who has a Boom station, they have to pay Bell for it. Big Ma Bell.
Big Mob Bell.
You can big
Cash and checks.
Bell. Hey, Mike.
Yeah,
I have a question.
sure.
After
The song is sleepy, right? Like it's like
not
beautiful,
sleepy.
but it's like it's not a good toast jam because
No.
I'm now chilled out,
Yeah.
man. I'm just so chill.
Maybe we should have a beer too.
All right, crack open at Great Lakes. I want to hear what Rob was.
Yeah,
in the
well,
middle
we're
saying.
about to
I just
say-
want to ask about your after the CNN appearance, and I know you've been in the chat group mentioning about like comments and people.
I'm gonna have to crack a beer for this. Okay, on the mic. 3, 2. All right. So as usual, I got the Canuck Pale Ale for Rob,
Thank you.
the Premium Lager for Bob, and he's got a one in reserve here when he's ready to go. And I cracked open a Burst, and
But
it's,
I just wonder if
almost
he-
11 a.m. I feel like it's
perfect time.
That's fine.
perfect.
I just
time.
wonder if you noticed a bump in your.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not in the. I mean, in the ratings, sure, but do you sense like more traffic? Like, I mean, of course, it's a CNN 5-minute thing,
Without a
but it
doubt.
has a large.
Yeah,
reach.
did you see a spike?
Yeah, without a doubt. And I
Yeah.
didn't look closely at many of these metrics. I was more just like trying to reply to everybody. I got lots of notes. Like I would say a 20-to-1 ratio, like 20 being positive, thanks for speaking for us, way to go, we were proud of you kind of deal. And then that one would be like
American guy saying we're coming to get
not
you.
even American guys, Canadians who are sympathetic to the Conservative Party of Canada. Like I got the only negatives I got were people who were trying to say basically, we're not at all aligned with the MAGA movement in this Conservative Party of Canada. And Pierre Poilievre has nothing to do with the MAGA movement, because I did suggest on CNN that there was an alignment between the Conservative Party of Canada and the MAGA Trump movement. And that was the only thing that certain people who are big Pierre Poilievre fans felt that wasn't fair. So that was it. It was all, but overwhelmingly very positive. And all I looked at was, I was curious as for a baseline, where was I ranked for my category in Apple Podcasts when I did the live hit? And I was number 20, which is actually real good. And I think Scott Thompson was a bump already.
Yeah.
So I was at 20, and I don't normally live at 20. Usually I live like between 30 and 50 or something.
Yeah.
But I was 20, and that's pretty good.
Good for you.
And the number 1 Canadian podcast, by the way, for the category on Apple
Amazing.
Podcasts. But then the day after the hit on CNN, I was number 3.
Wow.
So there was I'm number 3, which I haven't been number 3 in a long time. So there you go. It's definitely
well deserved.
And my site, so TorontoMike.com, which I'm, I've been maintaining since the late 90s, and I care a lot about that site. There was heavy traffic where the CPU was at like 100 for a while, and it was taking like 8-9 seconds to load a freaking page. And it was kind of really bugging me. But so there was a lot of traffic there, and my wife, who was testing it with me, said, I hate your ads. How much do you make on your ads at TorontoMike.com? And I said, between $200 and $250 a month. And she basically asked me very nicely if I would eat the $200 to $250 a month and remove ads from my site, because she doesn't like them, especially on mobile. She found it obtrusive. It was a big ad at the top of it. So I literally just went into my AdSense account and turned off ads. So here's an exciting announcement, everybody. There's no more ads on TorontoMike.com on mobile or desktop.
Wow.
And I'm out $250 a month. So I'll pass it at TMLX 18, which is June 26th from 6 to 9 p.m. And I hope if Bob's not on the air, I'm hoping he's there. And I can't remember if Rob was able to make it.
It's in the calendar. I'm pretty sure I will.
Okay, so we're going to pass a hat around.
Yeah,
and see if we end up with $250.
You
And
say June 26th?
Yeah, it's a Thursday.
It's possible because I might
6
not
to
be
9
working
PM.
6 days a week then.
Okay, well, possible. I'll take it. So there you go. It was, I was on Humble and Fred this morning. Bob, you've heard of them, right?
Oh, yeah.
I was on just to talk about being, but there is an episode of Toronto Mike. So the most recent episode of Toronto Mike is me talking about how this came to be.
Yes, I love
that. It came together very quickly.
Oh, you mean the CNN story?
Yeah.
Oh, I got to listen to that.
Oh, it's so interesting.
Bob, you'll find this interesting as a professional media person. So I'm here, exactly. Everything's the same. I didn't change a freaking thing. And I'm recording my audio feed as I connect via WebEx. But never did I see anything, right? It's all just, I can hear the audio on my headphones and I'm talking, but I know they can see me. That's the difference, right? So don't pick your nose, Mike. You're on CNN, for goodness sakes. Okay. But it's interesting because I hear their feed. And then I have a producer come on to test the audio, and then a producer comes on to say, okay, we'll be with you in 5 minutes. We'll go about 4.5 minutes. And I'm like, okay, cool. And this producer is telling me that we love Canada. Like, it's kind of this interesting stuff. And the only thing I don't hear is ads. So when they do an ad break, it's completely silent.
Yeah.
But I clipped that out and I shared the raw feed.
It's so cool to listen to.
Yeah.
You know,
wow.
it's to me, it sounds like listening to NASA.
Oh, yeah, air traffic controllers or whatever.
Yeah.
All
It
right,
was so cool.
T-minus 30 seconds.
Hey, Mike, this is the producer at the front desk. We'll be with you in a couple of
All right,
minutes.
Mike, you did a great job. We'll be in touch again. And I'm now curious if I ever get the call again.
I hope so. What if you become a regular contributor?
They said they're going to check
there's
back.
a Canadian thing.
He's our Canadian correspondent.
Yes.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, where's my
Captain
my
Canuck.
Palm Apostol lasagna?
There you go.
That's right.
Exactly.
All right. So a lot of there's actually we got to establish what the topic is for this episode of Toast, and then you can say whatever you want, Bob, with that. Right, go ahead.
Okay, no, I just want to say, because we were talking about feedback, and I just wanted to get this out of the way, like what it's like getting emails or texts on. I just wanted to say, and I should shout out to a local band. Thursday, I had my 14-year-old daughter Evangeline, co-host with me.
Wow.
Yeah, because it was March break.
Yeah.
Right, and I was like, what the hell? Let's. I asked my boss. I said, what do you feel about this? I said, I'm not going to make it all about us. We'll talk about the teen experience. She's in grade 9, new school, all this stuff. He said, do it. I love the idea.
Cool.
So we're on there. We're talking. We play a ton of the band The Beaches.
Love The Beaches.
Like every 2 hours, we play a Beaches song. We go deep into the Beaches catalog, and I think we were one of the first radio stations to play them.
Yep.
So Evangeline's first real concert, I took her to go see The Beaches at Massey Hall.
Wow.
Nice.
Leandra Earl of The Beaches texts into the radio station saying, "I'm listening to you guys."
Oh, cool.
Thank
That's
you.
amazing.
Thank your daughter for being a fan and for coming and taking her to the show.
That's amazing.
And I was like, oh my God. Now I've met them a few times. I've interviewed them a bunch of times, but it was just neat to have the band come in. And I was more excited than my kid was.
Like, that's a nice flashback to the olden days of the golden days of radio. Because like, this is how I got to know people at CFNY, and like we would show up at the station and they'd be like, come on the air, and like I would be in the control room and picking records and playing stuff, and then they're like, okay, now we'll play your new song, whatever.
Right.
But that connection is so important.
That's what I said.
So cool she reached out to you.
Yeah, that's what I said to Leandra. She's the bassist and backup singer. She does a few songs of her own.
Yeah.
I said, anytime you want to come in and co-host,
amazing.
Let's go. Come on in. So anyway, I just because we were on the feedback discussion, sorry to interrupt.
That's
Mike.
awesome.
No, you can interrupt. You're a co-host of this program, for goodness sakes. But the topic is problematic jams.
Problematic.
And as we describe why we picked our song, we can explain how we personally all interpreted problematic jams.
Yeah.
Okay, so look forward to that. Problematic jams. I have a good example I'm going to play in a moment. But I was thinking, like between Toast episodes, I think a lot. Like I go on bike rides and my brain's thinking of songs and stuff. Okay. Who can name this artist?
Bo Diddley.
So let it slide, baby, diamond ring.
Hey, Bo Diddley.
If that diamond ring don't shine,
Bo Diddley. The song is also called, what is it called, Rob
we gonna
Preuss?
take it to a private eye.
Bo Diddley.
Is it?
It's
Hey, Bo
actually,
Diddley? I was gonna say, hey, Bo Diddley.
It's Bo Diddley. Bo Diddley. So this beat, this this beat, they call it the Bo Diddley beat.
Yes.
Like he made this beat.
So you would know that, right?
I've heard that.
Give
before,
me so if you like jamming, give me a Bo Diddley. And-
Yeah, of course. Well, I guess it would be nice.
Or I want
Because I gotta
candy.
have faith. I want candy. No, they're all the same.
yeah.
Yep.
So this is 1955, and then he makes it famous, the Bo Diddley beat. So
Yeah.
then it's funny, you're singing Faith over there.
Yeah.
So you're thinking Faith uses the, you think Faith uses the Bo Diddley beat?
I don't think. I know.
You know it does. Okay,
Yeah.
so. Oh yeah, Faith has that slow build up at the beginning.
you gotta
I was just listening to this album on vinyl.
This album is so good.
You know what's a great song?
Side A is so good.
See, we're of an age, particularly Bob and I, where that was our top 40 goal. Like that.
It was my top 40 goal too.
87?
Oh my god! Yeah, it came out
Yeah.
November '87. It
Yeah.
came out.
Okay. But you know what song? All the songs on that album were
Yeah.
fucking great. A lot of
Yeah.
hits on that album. But I gotta say, Father Figure
Father Figure's amazing.
holds up.
It's one of my
as
favorite
an
songs.
Is it
epic-
problematic to say "put your tiny hand in mine"?
Oh, it is
Well,
now,
You know
for
what I
sure.
mean?
Yeah.
It was awkward back then too, though.
No,
but we
it's
didn't
true.
think about it too much.
And then did you see that Nicole Kidman movie,
I saw it. Baby Girl.
Baby Girl?
Oh,
There's a whole meme and scene around the father figure because she does some really interesting things with that in the background.
there's Bo Diddley.
This is the Bo Diddley beat.
Yep. Yep.
Okay, so now I'm thinking here, and I'm gonna try to elegantly bring in some more here, just real quickly. We're gonna run through a few.
I can bring my DJ equipment if you want. We can mix it.
Mix it up. It's such a cool beat, no matter who does it.
Yeah.
Magic Bus?
Yeah, it's amazing how many songs that we know and love use the Bo Diddley beat.
Oh yeah. Is there a problem with the Bo Diddley beat?
No, this is
It's
not.
just
This is not a
problematic.
problematic.
Okay, you're just.
No.
No, he said he's just he
I'm gonna-
uses this
Oh,
to
you
share
were-
his thoughts.
You were
But
thinking
this
about
will tie into something that will tie into. Hang in there.
it. Okay. I see where you're going.
Magic Bus.
How cool is this? Not the Magic School Bus.
Wipe out. Yeah. Check it out. You could write like anything to this, right? It would be so much fun.
But it's like,
Everything is
once
fun.
you
Yeah.
start
Yeah.
thinking on it,
Yep.
hundreds of songs are using the Bo Diddley beat. What song is this?
I was thinking the Bow Wow Wow version.
Yeah, me too.
All right, so I'll do a couple more and then we'll get out of here.
That's a train wreck right there. You call those train wrecks. You machine gunned it there.
Maybe my favorite song on Appetite for Destruction.
Forgot about this.
All right, who wants to sing with me? I get up around 7, get out of bed around 9.
And I don't worry about nothing, no, because worrying's a waste of my time.
All right, so Mr. Brownstone, and I'll do one more, and then I'll bring us back to Problematic Jams.
Show usually starts around 7. We go on stage around 9. Get on the bus tonight.
Ah, you're bringing it back to the Irish.
Happy St. Patrick's Day, everybody! Got my Great Lakes.
Oh, I like Canada Kev with hand jive. Born to hand jive, baby. Yeah.
They make a nice stout, Great Lakes Brewery. You don't need to pick up the Guinness today. You can pick up the stout
That's
from
right.
TLB. It's delicious. It's delicious. Okay, so that was just a random Bo Diddley walk with you guys.
A Bo Diddley tangent.
Yeah, you know what? Bo Diddley. Bo Diddley in an ad with the formerly known as Great One, who I'm still mad at.
Yeah, yeah. We'll be mad until he speaks out.
The new Great One is here in the studio. It is Wendell Clark is the new Great One. He's taking on the moniker. Okay, shout out to you two from Dublin, Ireland. Oh, that was an accident, everybody.
We'll
I
fix
don't
that
normally do that. I usually hit the fade.
Fix that in
My
post.
apology here. But here, we're going to segue over now, gentlemen.
Oh.
Because Some might say
All of his songs?
gonna make a change for once in my life.
He picked one he didn't write, though.
Yeah, I know because there's a reason I picked this one.
Okay.
Stay tuned, Bob.
Gonna make a difference. Gonna make it right. As I turn up the collarbone, my favorite winter coat. This wind is blowing my mind.
What are the thoughts from you two gentlemen on, firstly, this song, and secondly, all music from Michael Jackson?
You're the musician, please. I have a perspective, but
Are you asking if I think it's problematic to listen to Michael
firstly,
Jackson?
let's pretend this was written by somebody less problematic.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, not written, but performed by somebody less
Yeah.
problematic. What do you think of the song "Man in the Mirror"?
It's a great song. It's great. It's because
Quincy,
it's Michael
right?
Jackson. Saida Garrett wrote it.
no, Quincy produced it, though, right? Yeah.
But it's a great song because it's Michael Jackson. And if somebody else had done it, I don't know that it would have gotten the chance to be the song that it is. But that's true of anybody who writes music. Like,
But it's a great song,
Yeah.
regardless.
oh
right?
yeah, sure. It's got one of the greatest key changes in all of pop music. 'Cause it just comes out of nowhere at the end. It's amazing. I just sound like Donald Trump there for a second.
So many key changes.
He's got a big league.
The best key changes ever.
Michael Jackson's got some good key changes.
What do you think of the song, Bob Willette?
So 1983 or 82, when Thriller comes out, I'm 5, 6, 7, 8, whatever I am. I had 2 posters on my walls. Back at the CNE, you'd be able to get those big black ones, the satiny ones. And I had one was Hulk Hogan, and the other one was Michael Jackson.
There you go.
I am surprised I'm not gay, given those 2 posters. But honestly,
You were program director at Proud FM.
I did. Yes,
right.
very, very, very.
That's as close
very,
as you can get to being gay without being gay.
It's
Gay adjacent.
Gay adjacent. Very much an ally.
Yeah.
However, I love Michael Jackson's music,
Yeah.
and I don't care what he did. I can separate. First of all, nothing was ever proven in court. Everybody settled out of court.
Yep.
Was he a messed up person? Absolutely. Was he also an abused person? Absolutely.
Yep.
When you hear Macaulay Culkin talk about him now, Macaulay Culkin has nothing but wonderful things to say about him. He goes, yeah, we all slept in the same room.
Yeah.
He goes, it was Michael Jackson's bedroom.
Yeah.
It was like a gymnasium big.
Right.
So nothing happened. I love Michael
So
Jackson.
are Michael Jackson's songs problematic? Because none of us picked one.
No,
I didn't. I wouldn't. I don't think so. I know people do.
I don't find them problematic. For people who want to look at him in a lifestyle way, there are people who will judge him without knowing the full stories. So they'll say he's problematic. That's the key change
Right there.
That was
And
okay.
he used the
Out of
word
nowhere.
change.
Yeah, they call that the gear.
Can I pivot off that key change? Okay, so
Yeah.
now we hear the choir, right?
Yeah.
Take in the choir for a moment, and then I'll bring in another song. Okay?
Yeah.
What a pop song, right?
Yeah.
I literally was listening to Bad the other day.
It's so good.
Everyone must stand alone. I hear you call my name, and it feels like home.
Oh, you got the dance version.
Is it?
This is the
I think I
extended
got
version.
is it?
Yeah, it's not the album version. This is like a remix version.
When you
Oh yeah, it's good though.
Maybe it's from the Immaculate Collection.
Probably.
I'm down on my
Do you want to know?
I wanna
Let's call this a mind blow. I think even Jane Siberry would say this is a bit of a mind blow. You ready for a mind blow?
Do it.
just like a
If I vamp long enough, we'll get to a choir. The same choir.
The same
Can you
choir?
imagine being the same choir for Michael Jackson and Madonna?
Well,
The
that's
choir
cool.
from the choir from Man in the Mirror by Michael Jackson was hired to be the choir for Like a Prayer by Madonna.
Makes
It's the
sense.
same choir.
What's the name of the choir?
I don't have that at my disposal at this moment. I'll Google it later during one of your jams, but I'll get that information.
That's cool.
Okay, but do you think Catholics? I mean, I know Catholics, but Catholics found the video particularly to be problematic.
They did. Did the rest of us care?
I sure didn't care.
No, it's a cool video.
Pepsi didn't like it
It was fine.
because Pepsi planned a big campaign around it.
that's right.
And they pulled it because of the video.
Yeah. Great album too, though.
So this choir now. But here, a quick fun fact about Madonna, then we're really going to get to the actual problematic jams. I know I'm vamping a lot today. I'm very excited. I'm a CNN superstar now, so I'm going to just go.
You go.
Go, man, go.
Okay, so here's a bit of a mind blow, I think, okay? A little bit of a mind blow, maybe not, but...
Who's that girl?
Nice. Name that song in one beat or less.
Great album too. That soundtrack album was great.
Yeah. But the movie wasn't great.
No. The soundtrack.
Madonna,
She tried to act.
Desperately Seeking Susan was good.
Yep.
But she had a small part or whatever.
Desperately Seeking a Film
Evita
Crew.
was good,
She's
right?
good in the baseball movie.
Yeah,
Yes.
she's good in the baseball
Yep.
movie.
Yep.
League of Their Own.
Smaller part.
Evita
And
was
the
okay.
Evita was okay, right?
She was okay, but that's a singing role.
Yeah.
So,
But that's it for good Madonna movies, right?
Yeah.
well, I mean, there's a sex video that wasn't so bad.
Oh, yeah.
Like her book, the one that went with the book. Yeah.
I had that book.
Okay, so
Did
Madonna...
you have it?
Yeah, in
Wow.
tinfoil. I still have it somewhere. Yeah.
That's amazing. I knew one guy who had it.
Really?
He's gay.
She banged Jose Canseco, right?
She banged everybody.
Don't know.
Everybody. What about you, Rob?
No.
Did you,
I did talk to her on the phone once.
What?
Yeah. I called Nile Rodgers at his studio when he was making Like a Virgin, and she would answer like the green room phone.
When is the last time you spoke to Niall?
We texted earlier this year. Haven't spoken to him. I saw him a couple summers ago when he was on tour with Duran Duran.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
But I texted him earlier this year, so I'm hoping to see him. He lives up in Connecticut, so.
Do you want to Who's That Girl mind blow real quick here?
Yes.
Before we move on. Okay, so I mentioned moments ago the Immaculate Collection.
Yeah.
This was the Madonna Greatest Hits album.
Yeah.
How big an artist, how huge a hit maker do you have to be to leave #1 Billboard Hot 100 hits off of your Greatest Hits collection? Like, think about this for a minute. This
What did she
song we're
leave off?
listening to
Yeah.
went to #1.
Yeah.
It wasn't
Madonna
on it.
left it off the Immaculate, never made the
Crazy.
Immaculate Collection. I think it's a bit of a mind blow that that's true. A couple of other huge songs that didn't make Madonna's Immaculate Collection are True Blue, which
Yeah.
was a big hit.
I loved True
That's a
Blue.
great song.
Didn't make me, and Causing a Commotion.
Love that song too. That's from the same soundtrack. That's
Yeah.
from Who's That Girl?
Jeez, okay, so
Cool.
Yeah.
There
There's
you
no
go.
problems in
Does
here,
she
though.
have a post Immaculate Collection Greatest Hits? Because
She
she should.
probably
She could
does.
do another album
Yeah.
full of stuff.
Yep.
I know albums don't exist anymore,
Yeah.
but still.
Oh.
Does Live to Tell? No.
no.
Sorry. Oh,
This is
oh, I know that.
I'm mad at this country, but I'll just a final little observation, and then we're getting to problematic jams.
As every day goes by, can we close our eyes?
Scored.
There comes a time
Oh, wrong song.
Oh, it's the big.
when we heed a certain call.
Yeah, heed that call, America.
No kidding.
Okay, I can't take any more USA for Africa, but if I had longer on CNN, I was going to talk about how Tears Are Not Enough is so much better than We Are the World. But they only
The
gave me 4 minutes.
documentary's really good, though.
It's really good.
It's really good.
Really
Watching, I just love. Oh, we lost Waylon.
Okay, so the documentary did.
I ain't singing no Swahili shit.
I don't know why maybe we've talked about it. Maybe it's obvious, but it's worth pointing out that there was a mega. Was it 85? What
Yeah.
year? 85.
Yep. January
There was
85.
a worldwide superstar not invited to participate in this song, We Are
Yeah.
the World. An American superstar that didn't get an invitation to record on this song. We talk about the slights for Tears Are Not Enough, particularly Cam Gordon and I. But, I mean, this is going to be an obvious statement, but it's worth revisiting the fact that the call did not go to Madonna. Madonna was
I
not
thought you were going to say
invited.
Prince.
Prince,
No,
they
Prince,
wanted.
they
They
wanted
wanted
Prince.
That's
That's
in
right.
the doc.
Yeah,
They
yeah, that's
couldn't
right.
get Prince. They wanted.
Yeah.
They wrote a
Right.
part for Prince.
That's right.
He just didn't. He was very
Huey
Prince
Lewis
about
did it, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
And that really took Huey to the next level. I
They
mean,
didn't write a part for Madonna.
Sports had already come out,
Right.
But,
Yeah.
I mean,
Madonna,
that really
and
took
again,
him to the next.
there's a what's the name of that fucking podcast? There's a popular podcast that just sort of talked about Madonna's hit machine 80s. Like she was just pumping out these
Oh,
big
yeah.
top 10 hits or whatever. But she did not get invited to participate in We Are the World,
Yeah.
which is interesting. That was a megastar in 85.
Yeah.
Yeah, is it ever touched upon? It's not. They don't.
They don't mention it in the, I don't
No.
think they mentioned it in the doc.
You could probably do a whole documentary on why she wasn't.
Yeah.
But you know, when we think of the 80s, we think of a lot of people, but primarily you think Michael Jackson and Madonna.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right?
Michael Jackson, Madonna, Prince, Tina Turner.
And do we know for a fact that she
Cyndi
was
Lauper,
not?
and Cyndi Lauper was there. Yeah,
Yeah.
We know
wasn't
she was.
invi-
But
wasn't
do we know
invited.
Madonna was not invited? Like,
I believe I read this
or
somewhere.
really?
You believe you read it?
Yeah.
All right.
I believe I read it somewhere.
But yeah, Tears Are Not Enough is a better song, I think. Why is there talking in the background? There we go.
But hey, pretty girl, I'm feeling you.
This was gonna be
reminds me of my Lexus cool. That's why I'm all up in your grill, trying to get you to a hotel. You must be a football coach, the way you got me playing the field. So baby, give me that and let me get you that. Running her hands through my fro, bouncing on my foes. Why they saying on the radio? It's the remix to Ignition, hot and fresh out the kitchen. Mama rolling that body, got every man in here wishing.
Bob, I'm looking in the eyes. How do you feel right now hearing this in the headphones?
It reminds me of a certain DJ gig I had for a long time. This is a bit of a killer at the adult club I used to DJ at.
In this hood.
Yeah, it's not there anymore, but yeah.
I know, they told me to stop coming.
That's true. They had to move because you just kept coming into the place and just watching everybody.
We can talk about this, right? Yeah, okay. Swingers Club, Bob's the DJ.
I DJed
in this neighborhood, a 2-minute walk from here.
I DJed at a swingers club for years.
No way.
Yeah. I got to know them because they...
Did you participate?
Did I participate in playing the music? Yes. I got to know the owners because they advertised on Proud FM.
Really?
And it was the best DJ gig ever for a lot of reasons, not the least of which most DJ gigs, they expect you to be a promoter as well. Yeah. This place promoted itself. I just had to go in and play.
Show up.
That's it.
Wow.
It was great.
Wow.
So this is our gateway to problematic jams, okay? Because I actually had this on my list because I think this is a great fucking song. Yeah. R. Kelly's a piece of shit. And I actually realized as I was preparing my notes and stuff that he is such a piece of shit, it's not even fun to kick it out as a problematic jam.
No.
So
pulled it?
I pulled it.
Wow.
So it's a gateway.
Yeah, no, he's not a good human being.
He's so awful. There's not even a fuck it, I like the song, I'm gonna play it.
It's like Chris Brown for me. Chris Brown's the same. I can't even. When I DJ, I've never played a Chris Brown song.
Really?
Yeah, fuck that guy. Like I hate it.
Fuck that guy. So this is a problematic jam as far as I'm concerned. And that prior to knowing knowing more about R. Kelly, when I heard this song, in fact, I kicked in like a reflex action here. My heart rate starts going. Like I'm gonna start dancing. This is I think this is a great fucking single.
It is a great single. It is a great pop song. A great pop R&B song.
But fuck this guy.
What year did this come out? Would you say?
I don't have it off the top of my head.
Okay, while Bob does that, I'm gonna just a little mind blow on the not a mind blow, but just a fun fact, I suppose, and then.
02.
Okay. 23 years ago.
Did you ever wonder why it's the Ignition remix? Because there's actually an Ignition, which I'd never heard until this past weekend. Like, I'd never heard Ignition by R. Kelly. That's the Ignition remix. This is Ignition, the original version that you never hear in the wild.
It doesn't have the thickness to it.
It's just never mind. Okay, so just to recap, maybe we put a little trigger warning. So we're gonna play problematic jams. I should have done this earlier because some people don't want to hear Ignition remix, and it's too late now. And some people don't really want to hear. They don't want to hear this right here.
Here comes the dope pusher. He's got a bag of things that he will say will make you feel beautiful.
Is that Bill Cosby?
It is Bill Cosby. He made some good records with Quincy Jones.
I have Bill Cosby Sings album.
Yeah.
Is this on it?
I think so.
Yeah, this is called Dope Pusher.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's Bill Cosby.
Kinds of good things that will one day have you in pain and agony.
Yeah, I bet you do.
But you can look at him right in the face and you can sing this song to him. I don't need no bad drugs.
Like, okay, so Bill
How does that
Cosby's
hold up,
literally
man?
singing a song
Jesus.
about drugs and are bad for you.
I don't need no bad drugs.
That's problematic for many reasons.
Bad drugs.
Can you guys watch this show?
The Cosby Show?
Yeah.
I don't even know. Well, I wouldn't be watching it anyway.
Yeah, I don't go to my way to watch it anyways.
But I did watch The Naked Gun on the weekend,
Yeah.
and O.J. Simpson's in it,
yeah.
and I laughed and enjoyed it.
Yeah.
So if I like The Cosby Show more, like if it was Seinfeld or something, I could still watch it. But fuck Bill Cosby, fuck R. Kelly.
But we loved the Cosby Show in the 80s.
We loved it so much, and I saw him with George Benson.
Did you?
At this grandstand here at the
Oh my
CNE? I went with my dad and my grandfather.
Wow.
It's one of my favorite memories. As a
I
kid.
saw him in the late in the 2010s, I saw him perform, and he wasn't very good.
No, he didn't. He was storytelling then, and
he was storytelling, but not so funny. Like he thought. Like I think he was one of those people where you're like, it's Bill Cosby. It's like it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
But we kind of left going. It wasn't really that good, actually. Like in hindsight, you know. But I loved his records when I was 11 years old.
I still have them all. I haven't put them on in a long time. They're problematic. Can you know, I remember one of
everything by Bill Cosby is now problematic.
But that's what I mean. Yeah. So it's like, can you listen to the Noah bit? Noah, or the dentist, or all
the
his
Spanish flea bit.
Well, that's the most. That's the craziest one. Spanish fly.
Oh yeah. Yes.
Spanish
flea is there was a little Spanish flea. That's Homer singing that.
But can you listen to those bits?
Yeah.
Seinfeld was on with he's on Colbert, and Colbert says he can't.
Really?
Colbert's very Catholic, and you know, he's actually he's like, I cannot separate the art from the artist.
That's right.
And Jerry's like, no, it's good. It's still funny. That's it. Yeah. But Jerry's also a different. I think Jerry's actually in real life is an asshole.
I think he's a darker person.
Yeah,
right?
And I actually, and he was like, yeah, no, he goes, he's still the funniest comedian ever, no matter what he did.
I still enjoy Louis C.K.
Louis C.K. has gone out of his way, though, to at least address it.
Yeah.
And the bit where he does address it is actually really funny.
I've never listened to it. I should listen to it.
It's really funny. Okay. And you know what?
Quite a ride.
And you know he's not, like, he admits he was wrong. And he, like, I don't know if he's remorseful. Admitting something's wrong doesn't mean you're remorseful.
Right.
But I still think he's funny, too.
So this will be a very enlightening 90 minutes we're going to spend together here, because we're going to kick out our problematic jams. We'll debate whether they are problematic and argue each other's opinions, why you think it's problematic.
And I think the question about, are we done with Michael Jackson as well?
Unless you want to say something.
Well, yeah, because
none of us, spoiler alert, none of us kick out of Michael Jackson.
No, okay, good.
That's why I played it.
But the idea of Michael Jackson is like one of the first people that people talk about as a problematic, right?
Because he's got such good music.
Such good music.
Yeah.
It's easy not to play Chris Brown because I don't like his music.
Right.
Yeah.
He was the easiest guy for me not to listen to.
Yeah.
But to say don't listen to Michael Jackson is really tough because his songs are so...
So I worked on this musical. There's a musical now running on Broadway called MJ.
Right.
Biographical about Michael Jackson.
And you worked on it?
I worked on the workshop like 7 years ago. For like a few years in a row. I was part of the team, like the music team working on this thing.
Did you have a credit?
No, I was just playing in the band.
Oh, okay.
But my friend was doing the arrangements and stuff.
Okay.
So every time they were doing workshops and doing new orchestrations or whatever, I would come into to the workshops. But I remember early on they were very concerned about like, is this going to fly?
Yeah.
Like, and at one point I remember thinking, oh, there's going to be protests and the show's never going to go. But it's been running for like 3 years now. They just opened.
But it helps that he's dead.
Sure, but the show's running.
I think that's a huge.
But what would have happened if he had have done that run at the Staples Center? What if he didn't die and he just killed it for those? He wanted to do 50 shows.
Who knows?
Or something.
But there's a lot of what ifs. 15 years later, right? Yeah. But so the fact that this musical, like, is one of it's in the top 10
still there,
on Broadway.
Yeah.
It's just opened in Australia. It's running in London. It's running in Germany.
Wow.
So it's a worldwide success. And so whether he's problematic or not, audiences want to hear his music.
They will.
And the show doesn't directly address the accusations and the stuff. It deals with a specific time in his life before it like sort of exploded. Okay. So there's ways that they kind of, were able to sort of not to avoid that topic in the show. And the show's fantastic. The dancing is fantastic. But I think there are probably people who still question whether it's something that should exist.
I know there are. I know there are. There are people when I can't remember what station I was at, and we would play Michael Jackson. People would be like, "Why are you playing this guy?"
Mix 99.9.
Yeah, maybe. I can't remember where, but we would get feedback about it, and I was like, well, because it's great.
Yeah.
Sorry. Right. You know what? If you want to say that, like Johnny Cash abused his wife. Mm-hmm. Like there's
John Lennon.
Would, like there is all. If you wanted to, if we stop playing all rock stars,
Red Hot Chili Peppers. He wrote an auto.
Yeah.
Anthony Kiedis wrote an autobiography or whatever where he talked about being with women that were far too young.
Yeah. Yeah. Like openly. So if problematic rock stars, we wouldn't play any music.
No. Aerosmith would be banned?
Yeah. We would play it like you'd play Imagine Dragons, and that's it.
And I mean the problem with problematic to me, which is why it was sort of it wasn't too hard for me to think of the songs that I wanted to use. But problematic is almost always in hindsight as well. Yeah. And there's a level of problematic where you're like, yeah, of course, like you say R. Kelly. You're like, okay, fuck that guy. Chris Brown, whatever. Right?
Yeah, but to me, there's a delta between Chris Brown who beat up Rihanna.
Yeah.
Okay. And R. Kelly.
Yeah.
Like they're different levels of shit.
Oh, well, I mean, that goes back to you could, I mean, this is where you get, this is 3 middle-aged white guys talking
Yeah,
here.
yeah,
But
yeah.
when the Me Too movement started and you had Matt Damon say, hey, there's a difference between the R word and, you know, patting somebody on the ass.
Right.
Which is true, but also not the time to say it, dude.
Yeah.
Like,
That's right.
that was, know your audience.
Yeah.
But
But
he,
if this
but he
whole-
survived the comment,
But if
right?
you can't have this toggle where it's like this or that.
Yes.
No,
This
well, no,
or
it
that.
can't. It's shades of gray. It really is.
50 Shades
And the
of Grey.
world
Could
is
be maybe-
the world is different.
Is that problematic? 50 Shades of Grey?
Yes,
Probably.
It's just a bad movie.
Yeah. I don't
think I've seen it.
We can't go back in hindsight and feel what people felt back then, doing the things that they did. The art that came because of the culture and the society that they were around is fucking amazing music.
Well, that's people getting in trouble for tweets from 20 years ago, not for 10 years ago.
Yeah.
You can't.
Well, the trans woman who was nominated for best
now she's
supporting actress,
right?
They found Islamophobic tweets from way back in the day, and
now
she's in
they're
damage control.
Yeah, no, exactly. So it's like, I mean, it's never nowhere. I would say nowhere in. I was about to say nowhere in history was it okay to be Islamophobic, except for maybe right after 9/11, people were okay with it then.
Yeah.
You know,
they wanted to be okay with it.
right? Yeah.
Right.
Bob
I- you know what I
speaking
mean.
for Bob.
No, I'm saying looking at just the things that were said and whatnot.
No, I know.
I just saw it come from
Trying to get you in
away,
trouble.
so it was. There's a
See what we did for America.
I know.
See
Right?
what we did?
Yeah.
I know.
And now when I think of America, and we're not, this is not about that, but this all kind of was happening last time we did Toast, but then it went
It
to
really
the
blew
next
up,
level.
yeah.
It really blew up. And next thing you know, Toronto Mike's on CNN. That's how much it blew up. But I feel like our closest ally is not maybe our key enemy.
I think we're
But the weirdest thing of all is it's all because of one fucking.
And I'm
idiot.
looking at
Well,
a
that's
guy.
the thing. I don't.
Like you look at the situation we're in.
I don't think it's one guy.
Well,
I think
but he's
it's,
stoking the fire.
He got he won the popular vote. He
Yeah.
was
But he didn't win the popular vote saying I'm going to annex the Panama Canal.
No, but
and
you voted for him. You said, hey, let's give that guy another go.
No, that's-
okay?
yeah,
Knowing
yeah,
what
yeah.
we knew,
Yeah.
to me,
About his
it's-
instability
You're all
and his-
complicit. You're all complicit.
It's true.
in this.
And
Well, that's- I mean, that's an-
even Rob Preuss is complicit. in it.
He's also the tip of an iceberg. I mean, Trump is the tip of an iceberg because all the people that are around him, they're like waiting for. He's basically their puppet. Whether it's people want to say it's Putin and Russia, but it's all the Americans, all the GOP who are supporting him and
They're all
saying,
complicit.
"Do this." Yeah, they're all complicit. So
It's not a one-man army down
No.
there. Okay, so we're going to get to Rob Preuss's first problematic jam.
Okay.
But I will shout out Palma Pasta because they're going to feed us at TMLX 18 on
Nice.
June 26th from
Nice.
6 to 9 p.m. at Great Lakes Brewery. Your first delicious craft beer is on the house. I want to thank Brad Jones from Ridley Funeral Home. His podcast is called Life's
I
Undertaking.
love his podcast.
Thank you.
I really enjoy every episode.
The most recent guest was suggested by Ian Service, who listens to Life's Undertaking. And Ian is on the live stream right now enjoying some toast
Ian.
on his Monday morning. So shout out to Ian.
I enjoyed Palma
Service.
Pasta for dinner last night with my sister
saw
and my
that
mom.
photo.
Oh, God, it was good.
It's good, right?
You guys
Oh.
missed out on some good
I know.
Irish fare
Was it
on
good?
Saturday.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yes,
no, it's
my-
great. I shared the video. Yeah,
Again,
you should see the
happy
food.
birthday to my youngest, who turned 9 on Saturday.
Yeah.
And I
Happy
couldn't go to
birthday.
all the many, many parties I was invited to Saturday. I had to say no to all of them because I had familial obligations.
So many. You're just so popular.
No, three. I never get invited to anything, and on Saturday I was invited to 3 different things.
There's the soda bread, the pickles, the ham, the whole bit. You know?
No, I would have popped by because I was invited to a Cam Gordon thing at their estate, and it's right beside you, Bob. It's like in the same.
Yeah, they're right
neighborhood.
down
I
the-
would have
yeah.
done like back to back, and then I
Yeah.
was invited to. Oh, you know who else? Al Grego, the cuddly one, was performing live in Toronto.
That's right.
With the Royal Pays. Like I
Yeah.
had 3 different things I wanted to go to. So, but Morgan came first. Okay.
course.
Nick Iones has a podcast called Building Toronto Skyline, and much love to Nick Iones and
Nick.
Fusion Corp. They stepped up to help fuel the Real Talk.
Yeah.
Now that my downloads have doubled and the exposure has been enormous, and I'm number 3 on Apple Podcasts for my category, the post CNN boom.
Yeah, boom.
New sponsors are always welcome. Mike at torontomike.com. Much love to Nick Iones. And last but not least, recyclemyelectronics.ca. That's where you go if you have old electronics, old cables, old laptops. You go to recyclemyelectronics.ca to find out where to drop them off so the chemicals do not end up in our landfill.
Love it.
Rob, can I press play on this?
Sure.
She's
saw you coming out of school that day. That day I knew. 16. I've got to have you. I've got to have you.
Holy shit.
Is there a problem there, Gene Simmons? Is there a problem, Gene Simmons?
That's Gene Simmons?
Yeah.
How old is he when he did that song?
So she comes out of high school, 16. I've got to have you.
When I saw you coming out of school.
Holy
that day.
shit, that's problematic,
So,
Rob.
thank you. Wait, listen. She's been around. Oh, she's 16 though.
Oh, I love it. Amazing. Is this a Kiss song?
I'm shocked at Gene Simmons.
Yeah. I'm
Does
not
it surprise
shocked.
you?
I'm not shocked. So this is Kiss, 1977. The album was called Love Gun.
Oh, that sounds like it
this
could
is
mean
produced by
something
Bob
else.
Ezrin, who renounced his citizenship.
I know. I got to get him in the basement.
And I love the song. I played the song in my band when I was 11 years old.
It actually is a
Yeah,
decent
but you were
song.
16. You were less than 16.
I was less than
So that's
16.
different.
I've never gotten. I've never understood Kiss.
No, you guys, you're the wrong generation.
No, I know.
No, I don't get it either.
And Mike McCready, who is Pearl Jam's, and he's a massive Kiss fan.
Yeah.
I've just never gotten them.
No, you guys, it's the wrong generation. And
But this is a decent song.
Yeah.
It sounds decent.
No, when I kick out the jams of guys 10 years older than
Yes.
me, it's always got a Kiss
It's
song.
always
Kiss or Van Halen.
Yeah.
Or-
But I was there for like Jump. Like I was there.
that was,
for
but
a
yeah,
lot of
but no,
Van
I mean
Halen.
like Eruption Van Halen.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
get Van Halen.
But so this song has always been in my mind as what people would say could be problematic.
Yeah.
For me, I was 12. I was
Oh,
like,
that's
so I'm
perfect.
like, fuck that shit. I don't care.
16 is great.
And so we played the song in my band, and our drummer would do the middle. I don't usually say things to girls your age. I saw you coming out of school that day, and I think now, well, yeah, we were 13. If the girl was 16, woohoo!
That's
you
funny.
know. But in hindsight, of course, Gene was 28 when they recorded the
Oh,
song.
this is problematic.
So it's
We
problematic.
should have a ruling if the other two people agree. I
That's
agree
right.
if you.
That's
Rob.
right.
Oh yeah, that's
But
problematic.
what's funny to me now, and it's not problematic, of course, the age. So if she's 16 and he's 28, that's 12-year difference. What's the age difference between my wife and I?
Yeah, but which 12 years?
Yeah.
It's exactly
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
But I think it's
See, Bob's got a few years on his
I got
lovely
five- I
lady.
got
I know.
five
We'll
on
try
mine.
not
Yeah.
to talk about it. I have
I-
7 on mine, but Bob's, she was 16.
It cracks me up.
17 when we
17.
started.
So you
dating.
gotta be
I was
careful
20.
with
I was
this,
21.
Okay.
Bob's a problematic.
Yeah.
song.
It was probably yeah. I'm a groomer. I guess.
You
Well, it works for you.
shave.
It works
you
out
shave.
for you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
it worked out. Ooh, she stuck around.
Exactly. So that's my first choice.
That's great.
And
And that whole sentiment of 16, that brings up a, we won't be kicking it out, but there's a Ringo. Well, actually, I won't say anything more. There could be.
no,
it
that's
might
true.
be-
There's lots of songs about 16
Oh
years
gosh,
old.
there's someone. Yeah,
And there was,
one
of course-
one of my songs is an age thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so
And
we'll get to it.
ABBA had Dancing Queen, Young and Sweet, only 17. So there's
Yeah.
like the whole teenage thing.
17. I think I know it's not legal.
Also,
but
it's different. Like hearing him say, "Like I need to have
yeah.
that."
Yeah,
it's
yeah, yeah.
different than dancing.
That's right.
it's also
That's right.
watching you walk out of the school.
When
That's
I
like
saw
that's
you-
the creep. Yeah. When I saw you walk
coming out of
that
school that day.
Jeez. Okay. Wow.
Good one.
There's
That's a good
there's
one.
a bit of a bonus here. Can I play this?
Oh yeah, play the
And
bonus.
again, this was
is-
going
you
when
don't
I
have
was
play the whole
listening to
thing.
Christine 16.
Yeah.
I almost blurted it into the microphone.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
this
yeah.
is the obvious here. So,
sample.
famous sample of
Yeah.
Christine 16.
Oh, that's why I like it.
Also problematic jam.
Oh, the wild
Total
thing?
Loc, yeah.
No.
Yeah. No, Total Loc.
Funky Cold
Well, it's
Medina.
Funky Cold. Oh, that's
Oh,
right. Yeah,
right,
because Sheena was a man.
That's right.
And
Also, this is also
the-
slipping
and
something in a drink.
The entire idea of slipping
It's like
something
a,
in a
like
drink.
a roofie.
Bill Cosby's favorite jam.
Bill Cosby's favorite
That's
song.
right.
The girls are all around, but none of them want
Yeah, this
I
works
l-
on many levels.
Yeah.
You're playing 3D chess over here.
Yes, you are.
That's the Christine 16 sample.
Yeah.
I saw Tone Loc perform.
This is the 80s and Loc is down with the
Yeah.
ladies.
I was on vacation in Myrtle Beach in like 1989, and
Does
he
he
was
have
in a club.
a third hit?
No, he just had Wild Thing and Funky Cold Medina.
That's all
And
you
he,
need.
had a great
He had a
verse.
movie career.
He had a great verse on the West Coast Rap All Stars.
Oh, yeah.
We're all in the same gang.
Really?
Yes, he did.
I know. I was all about those.
All
yeah.
7.5 minutes of it.
Oh, funny.
Yeah, I love
Okay,
that.
I'm glad you brought this to the table
Yeah.
because you can't hear Christine. Because I don't even know Christine
is.
I
16.
didn't.
But
That's all.
told me a secret.
okay,
How
good
to
start,
get
Rob.
more
We're
tricks.
out
Put
of the
a little
gates
Medina
here.
in your glass, and the girls will come real quick.
That's
No,
right.
sorry, man.
That's problematic.
1989.
Better than any.
All right, Bob Willette's turn to kick out his first problematic jam. Any words before I press play?
No, just do it.
probably slow dancing with a bleach blonde tramp, and she's probably getting thirsty. Right now, he's probably buying her some fruity little drink, cause she can't shoot whiskey. Right now, he's probably up behind her with a pool stick, showing her how to shoot a combo. And he don't know.
Underwood. I love this song. It's one of the best pop songs.
What's it called?
It's called Before He Cheats.
Oh, it's a good song.
It's a great song.
I think I only know 2 Carrie Underwood songs. And this is one of them.
This and Jesus Take the Wheel. Those are the 2 big ones. So Carrie Underwood, of course, won Idol in 2005. She was, which season was it? 4th. She was the 4th season. She's married to a Canadian, Mike Fisher.
Oh. Right.
Of
NHL
used
star?
he used to play for the.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Predators?
Now here's the problem. Like, I legit love this song. I think it's a wonderfully written pop song.
Okay, tell us why it's problematic.
Because she performed at fucking Trump's inauguration.
Thank you.
That's why it's problematic. I don't want to support her.
Yeah.
I don't want to give her spins.
Yeah, that's
why it's problematic.
Thank you.
Nothing about the song.
Yeah.
It's because of who she is.
Okay.
So is Snoop Dogg problematic?
Yeah.
Because he performed at the...
No, because I think Snoop Dogg is... Snoop Dogg did it for the money. She did it because she...
Why is that any less problem? Like, I mean, so he did it for the money. He didn't care what he was, supporting.
Yeah. And I guess he didn't need the money. So, yeah. I mean, I don't really listen to a lot of Snoop Dogg anyway.
No.
So.
I had Andy Wilson over.
Snoop Dogg's got personality, though. And personality goes a long way.
That's a Pulp Fiction quote.
Yes,
Robbie.
it is.
Okay. Andy Wilson was here, and he still pumps the Kid Rock, right? Like he's
he loves Kid Rock.
Really?
That's his boy. Yeah, that's right. I forgot about Andy.
And I told him the truth, which is I was also a Kid Rock fan.
Yeah.
Like I saw him live. I
Yeah.
had the big album, anyways, and I liked even some later stuff, American Badass and stuff. I dug it for some reason. And
the duet with Sheryl Crow.
Picture,
Yeah.
big time, yeah. But
his
Kid Rock is very problematic, and Carrie Underwood, I would agree, now is problematic.
Yeah.
She endorses Donald J. Trump.
My mom loves country music, so I gave my mom tickets to see her and stuff, but I can't do it now.
Let me ask you this, Bob Willette and Rob Preuss.
Yeah.
Is the Pursuit of Happiness's Gretzky Rocks problematic now?
Well, I mean, I would never put it on as well. Like,
yeah.
so.
It's got to be problematic now because the song is basically our hero, the greatest player of all time, greatest hockey player of all time. We're putting him on this pedestal and praising him in song.
Yeah.
Wayne Gretzky rocks.
No, he doesn't rock.
This is a love letter to Wayne Gretzky. But Wayne Gretzky, who goes to Mar-a-Lago, wears the MAGA hat, is a friend of Donald Trump, hasn't said a single word in support of the sovereignty of this fine nation that produced
His silence speaks volumes.
It's screaming in my ear,
Yeah.
Rob.
It would be a problem for me if I hadn't already heard some pretty not nice things about Wayne.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh. So you're not surprised?
You mean politically?
No, just as a human being, I've heard.
What have you heard, Bob?
No, I just heard he's he's just not as clean cut as
You
people
gonna tell us
think
later
he
by
is.
the tree?
Yeah, I've had some
Tree
friends.
talk. Save it for tree talk.
I have some friends in the broadcast industry on the hockey side. I've had some friends along the way, and I've just heard that Wayne's not Mr. Canada. He's just not. I mean, also he's
American.
How long he's lived in America probably longer than he has
Since
Canada
88.
now. So
88.
What kind of person wants to go to fucking Mar-a-Lago and hang out with
the
those
premier
people?
of Alberta.
Fuck them all.
yeah.
Kevin O'Leary. I don't even, like,
Kevin
you know what I mean?
fucking O'Leary, who
Yeah.
got a lot of time on Cross Canada checkup with
Yeah.
he and Hannah Mansing when they were talking about this.
Right.
Don't call Kevin. Call Toronto Mike.
Yes.
there you go, exactly.
I speak for the people.
So I mean, I wasn't like I never put anything except for that song on of Carrie Underwood's, but no, I won't do it anymore.
No.
But I do really. It's a great song.
She's a great singer.
What about
Oh my
Three
gosh, she's
Doors
amazing.
Down? You still kick out the kryptonite.
I have never put a Three Doors Down song
You
on
still
in my
call me
life.
Superman.
I get mad if something shows up in a playlist that's Three Doors Down.
When I'm gone.
I'm like,
they had a good series though.
But I hated all of them always. They're
But
just
are they problematic or you just don't like the music?
Well, they're like imitation Pearl Jam. Like,
Yeah.
They're like a no-name brand.
It's like when you make a copy of a copy and it loses a little bit of the.
Right.
What do you think of Silverchair? Not
I love
problematic,
Silverchair.
but that's because people criticize them for being a Nirvana copy.
No, I would say they were
Kurt had
inspired
just
by.
died.
I would say who just died?
Kurt had died when they.
No, I think Silverchair is they were one of the first bands that I would say were growing up as fans of those of Nirvana.
What about Stone Temple Pilots?
Same thing. I said Stone Temple Pilots.
Plush, a lot of criticism. You remember when Plush broke?
The first album, I would say, definitely there was some label influence on I am
exactly what I want to be.
But that band was good enough. The DeLeo brothers and Scott Weiland was one of the best frontmen ever. I don't care. Cool. I think by the second and third, by the time they got going, and you could hear it in the first. Yeah, the first album, I feel like there was some push to sound like a certain sound.
The first time I heard Plush, it did sound like, is this Pearl Jam?
I mean, Pearl Jam had a song called Garden. They had Wicked Garden. Right. Like it was like, it was like, okay,
I
come on,
wanna
guys.
run through your wicked garden.
And he had that voice, but
Sex Type Thing was a fucking jam, though.
I love Sex Type. I am smelling like a rose. Is that
the best thing is you guys singing the songs.
Oh my gosh,
this is our wheelhouse.
I know.
Stone Temple Pilots. I love Stone.
Me too. I saw them several times.
I never thought, in retrospect, you can hear that there was an attempt to sound like a certain way, but I still think their musicianship came through and their artistry came through. Have you listened to Billy Corgan's podcast or watched it?
I have not.
It's really good.
I said it.
Yeah, it's he had Gene Simmons on.
Oh, cool.
Actually, you need to watch the Gene.
Okay.
He had Gene Simmons on. He had Ozzy's wife, Sharon Osbourne, and he also had Wolfgang Van Halen.
Oh, cool.
Yes, it's all good, man.
Hey, what's all good is what's happening in the live stream. It's blowing up here. So I'll start with let's see. Jeremy Hopkins shouts out, "You're 16, you're beautiful in your mind," which was first performed by Johnny Burnett when he was 26 years old.
Yeah.
Canada Kev says, "Fuck Carrie Underwood, fuck Snoop Dogg, fuck Jewel."
There you go.
I didn't even know Jewel was on the list.
Oh, that's right. I forgot.
Fuck Kid Rock. Andy says, "I've always hated Carrie Underwood, but Snoop was a punch in the gut." Okay, and then Moose Grumpy agrees with Andy, and especially after the Olympics, Snoop, because I guess everybody fell in love with Snoop Dogg at the Olympic Games in Paris. Moose was scared by your pick, Bob, because she loves the anthem feel of that song for women who have been screwed over. So
I love the song.
That's where she thought you were going.
No. I think the song is terrific. I think she's an idiot.
Well, Canada Fair brings up a good point. And I've had them on the program, and they're great. Does Dwayne Gretzky now regret their band name?
Right. They should. You know what? They should take advantage of it, change their name, and make a huge deal out of it. And take advantage of some of the press.
I like J-Ho's comment. I don't know why people expected Snoop to be okay. He's a former pimp and gang member.
Is there a problem with that?
But hey, nothing's wrong with that. Well, that's problematic to have that opinion.
J-Ho says, I also recall there being issues with Carrie Underwood being racist and homophobic as well. I feel like I've heard that too.
Right. This is where Lauren Honickman says, I need to say allegedly.
Allegedly.
Okay, thank you, Lauren, for that reminder here. You want me to kick out a big fucking jam from one of the biggest bands of all time?
That's problematic?
Yeah,
is this your first jam? Is this your first jam?
This is my first jam.
I want to... I knew it! As soon as you said that, I knew it was going to be this. I literally was going to say, is it brown sugar? I literally...
Big fucking jam alert.
I told my... Oh, wait.
Hear him whip the women just around midnight. Brown sugar, how come you taste so good? Oh, it gets worse. Brown sugar, just like a young girl should. Holy fuck. Okay, so the obvious is that problematic lyrics aside, what a fucking great song.
Yes, what a great song.
When
I didn't know what those words were until just turned 8 now.
Well, no, when I was when my oldest was like 2 or 3 or 4. was listening to Hot Rocks a lot.
Yes.
I went through the same.
Love Hot Rocks.
phase,
And she loved. They loved Get Off My Cloud. My kids have always loved because I used to sing the lyrics Get Off My Clown.
Hey, you.
Yeah, hey, yeah. But I used to change it to Get Off My Clown, and they thought that was hilarious.
Nice.
But when it came to Brown Sugar, they're like, "What's this song about?" And I said, "Baking,
Oatmeal."
baking."
I thought it was Brown Sugar when I was a kid.
Yeah, baking
for sure.
All right, so God, you know what the original name for this song was? So before they named it Brown Sugar, do you know what they were calling the song?
Nope.
Mick Jagger wrote it, by the way.
I could make so many inappropriate jokes, but I'm not going to.
The original name of this song was Black Pussy.
Really?
Well, there you go.
Which is a little too on the nose.
Yeah, come on, guys.
So before they released this on Sticky Fingers, what a great album that is, they renamed this song Brown Sugar. What were you going to say, Bob?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
So it's about slavery, rape, drug use, your typical
pop song.
60s jam here.
Yeah.
Brown Sugar,
Lighthearted fare.
How Come You Taste So Good? I got me feeling now for Brown Sugar, just like a black girl should.
Yeah.
Okay? So it's a lot of problematic elements to this, but...
Speaking of heart racing earlier.
But you know what? Even as you're describing all this subject matter, I'm like, in my head, all of a sudden I thought, every rap song is problematic to me today.
Well, yeah.
Right?
I was thinking about that too.
For my generation, which is a little bit ahead of your generation, I turn off every rap song. No, not every rap song, but 99.9% of rap songs have problematic lyrics to me.
I would say 98%.
And I got to introduce Rob to Public Enemy.
I love Public Enemy. I love Public Enemy, but that's
but
also
you're
a different
uncomfortable
generation.
with language in general, though, I think.
Only in the context of music, because I want to listen to music and I want to hear cool, like people always say to me, you got to listen to Kanye's production is so cool, and I'm like, I put it on,
which is true, and he's also a problematic artist.
He's totally problematic to me. The first time I hear a bitch or a hoe or the N word, I'm like, I don't even give a shit anymore. Right. But how cool the music is, I'm not interested.
Well, that would make Kendrick Lamar out. That guy drops the bitch every second.
But
word.
But he also does something magical to me. Every time I see him perform on TV. My hot take
is that I find him very uninteresting and boring as an artist.
There's something you don't live in the States.
To Pimp a Butterfly was a good album.
Yes.
But since then, I've been disappointed.
Yeah. Apparently he was.
You were saying, what does he do that's interesting?
Every time I've seen him perform on TV, like he's been on Colbert and he's been on Jimmy Fallon, I think, and he does something on those TV performances that really moves me.
Okay.
And I don't understand it.
Wow.
So
I'm surprised.
Yeah, me too. I'm always surprised when I see him, and I'm like, I don't know what that is, but there's something he's doing.
He's got a presence or something. Yeah.
But certainly he's censoring himself when he's on television.
Oh, he has to. Oh, yeah.
No. Maybe it's because he's cutting out some of the topics as well.
No, when Mick Jagger wrote this song, he was dating Marsha Hunt, who was a poster girl for the Black is Beautiful movement. Oh, wow. And that was an inspiration for him. But
so his heart was in the right place.
Well, in 95, he basically admitted to Rolling Stone that he wouldn't write that today. He kind of seemed embarrassed about it. He would censor himself. And
he had crazy lyrics on a lot of songs. On the Some Girls album, which came out in 77 or 78, there were lyrics on the song Some Girls, like in the fade out, like were really raunchy, like disrespectful kind of things. And I remember even as a kid listening, thinking, that's kind of weird. And I just sort of let it fly by.
Well, it'd start me up. If you can make a dead man come. Yeah. I mean, that's
right.
That's kind of raunchy.
Now I want to install Windows 95 when I hear Start
Me Up.
Yeah. But okay, so they no longer perform Brown Sugar live. Right. So the Stones got the message and said this is problematic. They no longer perform Brown Sugar when they tour. And
I wonder when the last time they did it live was there. Yeah.
They recorded this, by the way, in Muscle Shoals. Muscle Shoals has there's a great documentary about Muscle Shoals in 1969, December 1969. They did. They talk about the slavery. It's Gold Coast slave ship bound for cotton fields, sold in a market down in New Orleans. Scarred old slaver knows he's doing all right. Hear him whip the women just around midnight. Brown Sugar, how come you taste so good?
Crazy. So if that song didn't have such a rockin' beat to it, those lyrics are pretty powerful.
I was going to say, it sounds like he's telling a story. Yeah. Like really lyricists, they're trying to tell something.
You wonder if you had the Roberta Flack song that we had that was nice and empty and had this atmospheric thing. Yeah. If you take those lyrics and you put them to something like that, it becomes almost a protest song.
Or reverse it. What if you're listening to the Brown Sugar lyrics like all mellow, like Roberta Flack?
That's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying. Yeah.
Somebody should do that.
They should have kept the name Black Pussy.
It's like, have you heard the Sundays cover of Wild Horses?
Yes.
Right? Yeah. They take Wild Horses and bring it right down. Anyways.
There is an alternate version. I'll give you a little detail about the alternate version. But this is the alternate version. It was recorded in 1970 in London. It was a birthday party for Keith Richards and Bobby Keys. Al Cooper on piano.
Wow.
Eric Clapton. Ever heard of him? He's on slide guitar.
Is it slide guitar or steel guitar? Same thing or different?
They're different. Oh, they could play electric guitar, but like with a tubey thing like that.
Who's backing up?
Not too certain about that, but I can tell you he did make a change. So that line, I hear him whip the women just around midnight. He would, before he stopped playing the song entirely, he'd replace it with, you should have heard him just around midnight. So he did a little mop up. And I got to shout out my buddy Hayden Desser.
Hey, Hayden.
Who revealed, he talked about, he was pretty young when he wrote Bad As It Seems, which is a great fucking song. That's why this hat here says things are as bad as they seem.
Yeah.
And he sings the line, of course, girl of my dream seems as bad. It says seemed loved a girl who's 16. That's why she's only a dream. And then when he sings that song in concert now, he changes it to love a girl who's 23. That's why she's only a dream. So when you up the girl from 16 to 23, less problematic here. All right, what do you want to say about your... Oh, I have one more thing. Okay, and this is going to be me taking things full circle because you'll hear more from this album.
Yeah.
Who here watched UHF from Weird Al Yankovic?
Weird Al, yeah.
Sure, of course.
I know, I'm in good company here. Of course you did. But love my UHF. First time I saw Michael Richards. What a great fucking movie that is.
Yep.
On the soundtrack to UHF is a song called The Hot Rocks Polka for Bob and I who loved Hot Rocks.
If I could stick my hand in my heart, spill it all over the stage. Would it satisfy you? Would it slide on by you? Would you think the boy is strange? Ain't it strange? If I could win, if I could sing a love song so divine, would it be enough for your cheating heart? If I broke down and cried, if I cry,
Nice.
I said, I know it's only rock and roll, but I like it.
It stars on 45 polka style.
Yeah. I know it's only rock and roll, but I like it. Yes, I do. I really do. Hey, go whole slave ship out for cotton fields.
So good.
And here we are. Brown Sugar.
Hey, you got a good fact check on the live stream.
Tell me.
12:36. August 30th, 2019 was the last Brown Sugar performance.
Wow, they played it up till then.
Yeah. And that was also Charlie Watts' last show. Oh.
So he was the guy who loved Brown Sugar so much.
Yeah.
Okay, so here, this is the fun fact is I will play another song from this very Weird Al Yankovic album. So 2 times I'll have mind blows that are related to Weird Al in the very same UHF soundtrack album or whatever. So this is the Hot Rocks Polka.
I knew she would meet her connection. At her feet was a footloose man.
Rob, any words before I kick out your second jam?
No, my second jam is it is what it is.
Having my baby, what a lovely way of saying how much you love me. Having my baby, what a lovely way of saying what you're thinking of me. I can see it, your face is glowing. I can see it in your eyes, I'm happy in knowing that you're having my baby. You're the woman I love, and I love what it's doing to you. Having my baby. You're a woman in love, and I love what's going through you. The need inside you, I see it showing. Oh, the seed inside you, baby, do you feel it growing?
You're getting to the good part. I mean, it's all good, but...
I'm a woman in love, and I love what it's doing to me.
Yes!
I'm a woman in love, and I love
Here's the good part.
going through me.
Didn't have to keep it. Wow. Wouldn't put you through it.
Papa don't preach.
You could have swept it from your your life, but you wouldn't do it. No, you wouldn't do it. And you're having my baby.
Oh, it's an anti-abortion jam.
It really is.
Anti-choice.
I mean, it's the choice. Yeah. I mean, it's crazy, right?
Pro-life.
And to me, it's problematic only in the way of, in hindsight, I'm like, this would never get played on the radio. Of course now.
Wow.
1974.
So many reasons.
I know. So, but see, when I was trying to think of these songs, my songs are very, very sort of centric to my childhood.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I lived in an era that people look in hindsight and go, well, how did that ever get on
What were
the
you
radio?
guys thinking?
What was happening there? People look at kids shows from the early 70s and they're like, those dudes were high as a kite when they created these HR Puffin stuff and the Croft Super shows.
Do you know
and
why I
stuff.
first heard this song?
No.
WKRP in Cincinnati.
I believe
It was
that.
played on WKRP, and that's
Wow.
the first time I ever heard
Hilarious.
She's Having My Baby.
Hilarious.
I think Dr. Johnny Fever.
But in hindsight, I feel like the fact that a pop song, which is like a schmaltzy pop song, can be on the radio talking about abortion, saying you could have done, you didn't have to keep it. You know, you love me so much, you're having my baby, whatever. But like, that was the era of Roe v. Wade just being passed and all that kind of stuff. So it was topical, and yet you put in a schmaltzy ballad, you know?
It was voted the worst song of all.
Cringiest song of all time.
Yeah, by
It's CanCon, though.
CNN in 2006.
It's CanCon.
It's totally
Paul Anka,
CanCon,
yes.
for sure.
We'll hear it on Indie 88.
That's right.
later tonight.
Yeah.
Okay, play number 2A. I just discovered this a couple days ago.
I will just quickly, because East York John says that you guys ask who's on background vocals for Brown Sugar. I mean, Black Pussy. It was Keith Richards, according to East York.
But even
John.
in that version, that second version sounded like a
the first
woman.
version.
No, I knew that. No, I know. I meant on the second, the live version that you said was at Keith Richards' party.
You asked the question during the first version.
No, I didn't. I asked it during the second.
If only I recorded this. We'll
play it back. It was during the
tape.
second.
We'll go back.
We're
to
going to
the
replay.
tapes. All right, here's a bonus piece
I
of
discovered
audio.
this. Came out the same year, 1974, on the country charts.
What a year that was.
Having Your Baby.
Is another way of saying that I love you.
It's like a weak Dolly Parton voice.
Having your baby
Having Your Baby.
is another way of saying what I'm thinking of.
Okay, play number 2B now. That's enough of that. I know.
can feel it.
I'm digging it.
No, you're not. Yeah, dig it. Let's bury it. So in those days, people would do cover versions around the world. Everybody would record in other languages. So this is some German dude singing it. I
You
thought
always
it was,
go with the Germans.
I always do.
Yeah.
I think it's funny.
Because he's a proud German man.
I know he is.
But listen how funny it is.
That's a problematic country, right?
Not now.
Not now. So people would take a song, so the Germans would be like, oh my God, this song is a huge hit in America. Quickly, they'd make their own version. But in those days, like, bands would consciously make new versions. ABBA released a bunch of their songs sung in German, sung in Spanish. The Beatles even did. The Beatles did Sie liebt dich, ja.
They do it in Quebec all the time,
Yes,
English
of
and
course.
French.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they have FranCon.
But German is always funny. It always sounds funny for pop songs.
So
how do you say baby in
VP of
French?
Sales comes through again. So when I said I first heard You're Having My Baby on WKRP, VP reminds me it was the pilot episode.
No
which I fucking
way.
love that pilot
I
episode.
gotta watch that again.
Because he's like, give it to me straight, doctor, I can take it. To the Hallelujah Tabernacle Choir with their beautiful rendition of You're Having My Baby. Because they changed. Remember, they were like music of your
classical
life.
station, yeah.
And then remember, Andy Travis
Comes
wanted
in,
them to
yeah.
play like The Who.
Oh, that's funny.
Kiss.
That's right. Yeah, they're going to switch it over.
Yeah, switch it over. Well, here's what Arthur Carlson's mom says. You know, we're going to get some listeners here.
Okay, play 2C.
By the way, Peter Gabriel's third album had a release all in German.
Yes, it did.
That's
It's
a fun fact.
The Deutsches album. It's unbelievable. Games Without Frontiers in German is so
Paul
cool.
Anka says, You're Having My Baby. It's not meant to alienate anyone. I could have called it Having Our Baby. The other just sounded better. It's not a male ego trip or anything.
But there is something special about a woman who will have your baby.
Yeah, but it's not your baby. It's your baby together.
Right.
Yeah, but it's still your baby. It's not yours. You're not the sole
Have you heard
proprietor of this baby.
Jim
but you
Gaffigan's
do
thing
have-
about Jim Gaffigan's thing about having babies? Like, yeah, I had a baby. I didn't have to do anything. I just had sex.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd do it again.
There's a Catholic guy for you.
Whose baby? Yeah, what is that? That reminds me of the Flintstones. Whose baby is that? What's your angle? I'll buy that. That's a Flintstone. He's in a yeah. Fred Flintstone is in the boardroom.
Oh my
and
God.
they all you have to say is this: Whose baby is that? What's your angle? I'll buy that. Who dis?
This is a band called the Coolies.
See, Bob accuses me of I like to bring in the fun fact mind blows of covers.
But yeah,
of songs.
Yeah,
You're doing it.
No, every once in a while, if there's covers, I'm always surprised to hear them. This is a band called the Coolies. In '86, they released some album. They were like from Atlanta.
Is that a problematic name?
The Coolies? Maybe
What does it
not.
mean?
I don't know.
I don't know. Does it have racist connotation?
It just sounds like an alternative kind of indie band. I thought it was funny to hear them doing it.
Yeah, of course. Like when is it Sonic Youth that does the Carpenters song?
Yes.
It's amazing, right?
Yeah, that whole Carpenters tribute album is so cool. Such neat people doing it.
I didn't know that coolie was a term for low-wage laborers. I didn't know that.
Well, I'm here to, I have all the slurs on
Well, I was
my
going to say, yeah, you've got it
Rolodex
right here. Yeah, I didn't know that. I've never heard that
So,
term.
and that's the thing, as you start to, pick at the straws, you realize 80% of popular music is problematic.
Yeah.
Oh, sure. Baby.
All right, here we got a big. Okay. I think we should turn down Rob Preuss's.
I was going to say, be prepared to be uncomfortable.
Rob, this
I'm
is
ready.
Rob. I'm turning down your headphones.
No, I'm ready.
It's for your
I'm
own
ready.
good.
I want to hear it all.
Because you'll be upset.
You're gonna be. This is going to be uncomfortable. Hang on, I'm going to open up my second.
And it's a great jam.
Thank you, Great Lakes Brewery.
I'm listening to the music.
And this is
I could have
problematic.
picked so many.
This is absolutely problematic. And when this thing first came out, I got to say, man, I was bumping that thing.
Oh.
Let's go. Let's go.
We're gonna skate to one song
Oh, Will Ferrell.
Oh, see, I like this.
Oh,
yeah,
so
this
good.
is good.
Well, you like it now. Wait till you hear the lyrics. Okay.
Here we go.
Move Over Ignition remix.
Oh.
So I ball so hard, motherfuckers wanna find me. But first niggas gotta find me. What's 50 grand to a motherfucker like me? Can you please remind me? Ball so hard, this shit crazy. Y'all don't know that don't shit phase. And that's we go 0 for 82 when I look at you like this shit gravy. Ball so hard, this shit weird. We ain't even po be here. Ball so hard since we here. It's only right that we be fair. Psycho, I'm libo to go Michael. Take your pick. Jackson, Tyson, Jordan, Game 6. Ball so hard, got a broke clock. Rollies that don't tick tock. All the Mars that's losing time. Hidden behind all these big rocks. Ball so hard, I'm shocked too. I'm supposed to be locked up too. You escape, but I escape. You be in Paris getting fucked up too. Ball so hard, let's get faded. Liberties for like 6 days. Gold bottles, soul models.
gotta go to the
Still
breakdown,
an
at
ace on
least.
my sick days.
Oh, yeah.
Ball so hard,
I'm digging
bitch,
it.
behave. Just might let you meet gay. Shot towns, B-rolls, moving the next BK. Ball so hard, motherfuckers wanna find me. That shit crack. That shit crack. That shit crack.
I like it.
Motherfuckers wanna find me. That
You won't
shit
when you
crack.
find out more about it.
Okay.
That shit crack.
And yeah.
That shit crack.
She said, baby, we get married at the mall.
I said, look, you need to
Cry for your ball.
come and meet me in the bathroom stall and show me why you deserve to have it all. Ball so hard, that shit crack. That shit crack. Ain't
It hits hard, eh?
So hard. What she order? What she order?
Fish fillet.
Ball so hard. Your whip so cold. This whole thing. Ball so hard. Act like you ever be around motherfuckers like this again. Who's your girl? Grab her hand. Fuck that bitch, she don't wanna dance. She's my friends, but I'm in France. I'm just saying, Prince Williams ain't do it right if you ask me. Cause I was him, I would've married Kate and Ashley. Was Gucci my nigga? Was Louis my killer? Was drugs my dealer? What's that jacket, Margilla? Doctors say I'm the illest, cause I'm suffering from realness. Got my niggas in Paris, and we going gorillas. Huh?
I don't even know what that means.
No one knows what it means, but it's provocative.
No, it's not. It's not. It's
Gets the people going.
What a sample. What an obscure, what random, like it's Blades of Steel or whatever. All right, Bob Willette.
Can I guess the name of the song?
Yeah.
Is it called That Shit Cray?
It should be.
Is it not?
No, it's called.
It's a more problematic
Yeah, it's
title.
called N-Words in Paris.
But with a Z.
With a Z.
Which is an important distinction.
Jay-Z and Kanye West together did an album called Watch the Throne. And this is the main track from it.
No, the main track is Otis.
Oh, no, but this is the...
But this was the first big track from that album was Otis.
Oh, but this is
which
the
was
one
also
that,
fucking great. But this was the
Otis samples Otis
I
Redding.
agree. Okay.
But I'm just saying,
It's
this
great
is
debate over what's the main track from Watch the Throne.
this is the jam of all jams. Like it's a
big jam.
if
Pretty
you
cool
want to
song.
get a party going, this was like the new version of Poison by Belle Biv DeVoe. Like yeah, you that opening line, just like boom. That opening?
There's the problematic. Belle Biv DeVoe have problematic lyrics.
Oh my God, so problematic. Now.
Doomy has problematic.
I did a whole bit on Indie 88 about it. That very same day,
and I can find this on my radio dial at 88.1 FM.
I played part of Poison and I played part of Doomy on the air.
Did you?
Yes.
Wow.
And it's all actually you can find it. I think on my Facebook right now. I actually kept the bit because I was so. No, you know what? It's actually on Scott Turner's because he posted about it was the 35th anniversary of the Poison coming out by Belle Biv DeVoe, and I commented on it, and then I stole his idea, and because that's what we do on radio.
Yes, of course.
And I talked about anyway. So this look, I could have picked any of Kanye's songs.
Yeah, tell us why that you find that to be a problematic jam.
Well, the title is very problematic.
It's got the N-word in it.
Yes, the title's very problematic. The subject matter is actually not that bad in there. Like, there's not. It's not. You know, it's not that bad.
Yep.
Kanye, of course, being like you can't play
an
Kanye.
Anti-Semite.
Yeah, is that's tough. And
like a self-professed anti-Semite.
Yes. Yeah, he's selling Nazi shirts. You know.
Yeah,
so
he's swastika shirts he sells.
It sucks because I think obviously there's Twisted Dark Fantasy, and I actually really liked Yeezus. I thought Yeezus is a great album as far as again production. And in Twisted Dark Fantasy, listen to the production of these songs and.
He works with great people. He's got great collaborators.
Yes.
Well, he's good at picking that 70s jam and pitching it up or whatever.
But he also
suddenly it's a new banger.
Yeah, well, and like half of Jay-Z's hits were produced by Kanye. Yeah. He was a producer first.
Right.
He and then you know what? I'll be honest. Jay-Z's not without controversy as well. There's all kinds.
Although
of things.
that woman did drop the lawsuit.
No, but there's other things. Maybe it may have gone down too much of a TikTok algorithm, but his association with Diddy is not. It's not clean cut.
Everyone too close to Diddy is now problematic.
Yeah.
Because you would know what was going on.
Yeah, well, I mean, look at Ellen DeGeneres. She's good.
I'm glad you mentioned Diddy because I think of R. Kelly, Diddy, and then Michael Jackson. These are artists with big hits that, like, you can't. I Believe I Can Fly. Okay, is on the what's the Looney Tunes play?
Yeah, Space Jam.
Yeah. We kicked out Space Jams last time.
That's right.
That's right.
Holy shit. But I'm glad you called out P. Diddy because even the lyric to TikTok by Kesha opens with P. Diddy drops the name. Yeah. And now even when that's a banger jam too. And there's a whole problematic part with Dr. Luke and his relationship with Kesha and that song is problematic. But that P. Diddy, which by the way, The Simpsons opened an episode because I've watched it with my now 9-year-old daughter. She's 9 years old. She's very excited about that. Opens with the P. Diddy, the TikTok opening in their brush your teeth with a bottle of Jack or whatever. And Jack is now problematic because they make that in the U.S. of fucking A.
Right. It's off the shelves.
I have some good bourbon.
Born in the USA is problematic.
I have some good. If you're missing your bourbon, I have some good Canadian alternative bourbon.
I'm a Great Lakes beer man myself.
There you go. So and then of course I don't know if you remember. Do you remember the controversy of Gwyneth Paltrow in Paris, live streaming and Instagramming that show? No, you don't remember this. So she's there. I think she might even still have been with Chris Martin.
She's problematic because she sells non-science
goopy stuff
to vulnerable women.
Yeah, right. But she doesn't have music, so I'm not.
Candles. But she was married to a musician.
Yes. Yeah. So she is
and made Apple.
Yes. Very good. Now,
and the Royal Tenenbaums features.
Do you have a tick right now?
And Gene Hackman was in that.
That's where I was
shout
going.
out to Ridley Cooper.
There you go.
And it's my favorite movie by that director. Okay,
is that
Wes Anderson?
Wes Anderson guy. She was. So they were in Paris. So they were doing the tour, the Watch the Throne tour, and they did that song 12 times in a row. Yes. Yes. And I'm
going to listen to it when I'm driving home today too.
It's a jam.
Yeah, it's really good.
It's so good.
You're okay with the N-word in there? Because they don't censor the N-word.
No, a little bit.
They don't have to.
Yeah. I mean it was in passing right there. I didn't feel like it was
the album version of the radio.
This is the album version?
Yes. That was the album version.
The N-word is said. You're okay with that?
I'm okay with it. Oh. It's fine. I'll let it gloss over.
Yeah, I think it's more the subject matter. I feel like with you.
I don't know.
Can I ask Bob a question?
Yeah.
One of our favorite movies of all time. You alluded to it earlier. Is Pulp Fiction. Yeah. Quentin Tarantino drops the N-word.
Yeah, I know.
He's a white guy.
Yeah, it was 94. It was 35.
So in 94, because it's 94, not 1934.
No, but
in 94, you're saying.
It obviously.
But is it problematic?
Of course, it's problematic now. Absolutely. And was it problematic then? Maybe. Samuel L. Jackson didn't mind. And he was there. He was in the scene.
Yeah.
But he was cutting a check thanks to the great Quentin Tarantino. He's a little biased.
So is that you think that's why he was okay with it? Well, what about like movies like Colors? Like there was all kinds of movies.
When
where
Elon Musk starts sponsoring the show, I'll be raving about these fucking cyber trucks.
Not saying
I'll have one in the driveway.
Look, yes, white people using the N-word is problematic.
Oh, and sorry, J-Ho points out Gwyneth Paltrow, absolutely a hit-making singer. Duetted
That's
with
right. She
Huey
did
Lewis,
Huey Lewis. I knew it.
who
I knew. I was
mentioned
about
earlier
to say. But
has taken
I was
the Prince
about to
spot.
say, but somebody interrupted me.
This is all 3D chess happening here.
Yeah, it is big time.
Everything is
I just
related.
wanted to say she got in trouble because they performed it 12 times in a row, and she took a picture and she wrote the N-word out fully.
Okay, you can't do that.
In her
Really?
And said N-word in Paris for real, yo.
Did she use an A or an ER?
No, she used the way it was spelled for the song, the AZ or whatever. Yeah.
Does that make a difference?
Oh no, she had to take it down. Like it was like it's out there. I'm sure you can still find it. Oh yeah,
I'm sure there's screenshots of it.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, you put it out once, it's there forever.
Yep.
She got in trouble for it. Anyways, it's a problematic jam. Everything Kanye is problematic. I could
100%.
I could have brought to light any of the Kanye songs that I love, and I love a lot of them. I was going to do All the Lights. I was going to do
That's a big one.
All the Lights, Power, anything. I love. A bunch of the stuff. But
Jesus Walks.
yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Gold Digger. All of them.
She gives me money.
So problematic. I don't have any mind blows today. I only had the 3 songs, so there you go.
Well, you're busy on Indie 88.
But
We
when you
can't
say
expect you to have
this
time
is
for
the
it.
magic of problematic. There's a magic in problematic.
Yes, there is.
When we pick
Problemagic.
problemagic, exactly. You still like the music? You still listening to the music?
Yeah,
or
it's tough.
do you feel guilty listening to it?
I actually do because I have Twisted Dark Fantasy on vinyl.
Yeah.
And I got a new knee. I told you guys last time I got it, and I put it on because I wanted to hear it in vinyl.
Yeah.
And I actually, well, first of all, I can't listen to it around my kids because the lyrics are just so bad.
Yeah.
But then I was listening to it and I was like, I kind of felt bad listening to it because he's such an asshole.
And he's an asshole, but you also sort of age out of
But he's
it.
more than an asshole. I'm okay with asshole.
Yeah.
I can be an asshole.
Oh. Yeah.
But he's anti-Semitic.
He's a racist.
Right.
Yeah. So he's a racist asshole.
Like
he's
if
a very
you have a
specific
hate
kind
towards
of-
somebody because of the color of their skin or their
religion
sexuality or their religion, to me that's a third rail.
Right.
Fuck you.
No, you're done. I agree. And so it's hard to listen to his music now. Right now, I'm having a hard time, which is okay,
But so basically, the problematic then comes back to the person and not the art.
Yeah, because it can be both things.
The art's going to change in your mind. Like the artist
exactly.
you talk about,
Yeah,
I mean, as an artist, you know that when you put it out there, it's not yours anymore.
Right.
Right.
That's right.
So
That's right.
like, and then the audience takes it and makes it their own, and it can be whatever to them. And I've talked to a bunch of different artists about that and about how, it can be, I had Richard Patrick from Filter on, and he wrote To Take a Picture, which was all about, his sobriety and whatnot. But it means so much to so many other people.
Yep.
And he said that. He's just like, you put it out there, and it's
not yours anymore.
Yeah.
That's right.
And his biggest song is about a guy committing suicide on live television.
Right.
Hey man, nice shot.
Right.
Actually, I would say
Bud Dwyer.
I would argue that Take a Picture is a bigger song.
Depends who you're talking to.
Way
Us guys like us, it's
hey now, I just say way more people know.
mass appeal. Yeah.
Way more.
The soccer moms liked Take My Picture.
It's a great song. They're both great.
I don't know either of them.
Hey Man, Nice Shot is one of the
I
great
heard of
alt
it.
rock songs
Is
of the
it?
1990s.
It was a borderline metal. Like it's like
Is
it
it?
was on the
All
cusp of metal.
It's fucking great, but it's about Bud Dwyer, and you can find the footage on YouTube if you're into watching people die on screen. You can
Speaking of, did you remember the Faces of Death series that was big in the 80s, early 90s?
A little bit. Tell me more.
So it was before, how like now you can find any gross thing you want online, right? There was a were you just trying to find
you
Hey
trying
Man
to
Nice
watch
Shot?
Bud Dwyer put a bullet in his head?
No, I'm getting
Hey
Hey Man Nice
Nice
Shot.
Shot.
Bullet in the head.
They Faces of Death. There was only certain, like Blockbuster wouldn't have it on VHS.
I love those kind of movies, like Mondo, whatever they were
so
called.
so it's documentary, and it's like footage of public executions.
Seriously,
like that. And when I was a teenager in high school, there was like these things were like the shit. They're on
some of that shit is on YouTube, right?
They're on DVD now,
Oh,
and you can
wow.
buy them at Walmart. How weird is that? Sorry, it was like
well,
so
Bud
hard
Dwyer's
to-
on those tapes, okay? Because he
For
was
sure.
live press conference because he was in trouble for corruption at some city,
Yeah.
Oh, and he
city
shot
level.
himself?
And he had a paper bag or
Yeah,
something.
yeah,
and he
yeah.
did a little,
I
said
think I
something.
remember-
Took out the gun.
Yeah.
And he shot himself in the head. You can hear
Yes.
someone in the stand when he takes out the gun. Someone's like, "No!"
Yes,
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
I
I've
did
seen
see
that,
that.
yeah.
bullet in his head,
Or the-
and you watch the blood just pour.
Yeah, yeah.
Have you ever seen the one where the guy like he takes cyanide in the courtroom? There's one where like he's accused of something and he gets a cyanide pill. He kills himself in the.
I watched a couple of videos the other day on the
These are
weekend
problematic?
This is problematic. The things that you can find if you're searching for them, and you're like, why did I watch that thing?
No, we always start with him closer to you so you can be on the same screen.
He just keeps moving away from me.
Rob always moves a little to his
I
right
always
as
get
we
the,
go.
we need one more camera. But so when I was a little kid, I was obsessed with Evel Knievel in the 70s.
Sure.
Right? Doing the magical.
Snake River Conspiracy.
All the jumps, yeah. But there's a couple of clips of these guys who like died doing their jumps.
Yep.
And unfortunately, I like clicked this thing and I was like, oh, here's a guy in 1972 who tried to jump and he wiped out. And like basically you watch him die.
You watch him die.
Yeah.
He's dead.
But like he's a stupid stuntman.
And we've
like,
all seen Falling Man on 9/11.
Yeah.
You mentioned 9/11
yeah.
earlier.
The whole
But there's-
documentary on that.
that whole documentary. It's our weird. We have a morbid fascination, and it's problematic.
Well, why do you think we all tuned in to watch the Ford Bronco chase? I think everybody was
Because we didn't have YouTube then.
Yeah.
No.
That's true.
Would OJ kill himself? Would the
Right.
cops? Would there be a shootout?
It was a very odd thing.
it
I
really
mean, it was a celebrity, a sports celebrity.
And you all know where you were on that day, right?
And we were all big Naked Gun fans.
Yeah, there was that.
Yeah.
It all comes full circle.
It
Okay.
does.
There you go.
Faces of Death videos were very popular with the boys at our high school
See?
parties, says
There you
Andy.
go.
Oh, wow.
In California, this is Cha-Cha. That's a new name, actually. I'm not sure who Cha-Cha is, but it says in California, they showed parts of Faces of Death in Driver's Ed.
Oh, I remember Driver's Ed videos too.
Wow.
Were scary videos. They'd show you.
I brought up the Faces of Death. Look, it's resonating. Look at
That's
that.
Yeah, and Jeremy Hopkins, who's our official historian, says snuff films were scarily popular for a
They
while.
really were. Yep.
Okay, keep bringing the good
Who
content
doesn't? Who
here.
doesn't click on the link when the plane lands upside down?
Oh my God. Yeah.
Like you're like, are you kidding? Where's the footage?
Yeah.
And it
and then you look. Oh, nobody died. Nah. Whatever.
it's like
Jeez.
we have.
I'm co-hosting with sociopaths over here.
It's human
But hey, man,
fascination.
nice shot, Rob Preuss. Your homework is to listen to that
Yeah, I'm
song.
gonna listen to it all the way through.
and
Fucking
then
great.
take a picture of the other song. And
yeah.
they're totally different songs.
You Take my picture. And I feel like when soccer moms heard Take My Picture, whatever, and they bought the CD, they were like, oh, this is heavy shit. Because fucking Filter's a heavy band.
we've talked
oh,
about
we have
that.
talked about
like
this, yeah.
One Thing by Finger 11
yeah.
sounds nothing like
Right.
the other Finger 11 songs
Yeah,
from your hometown.
Why don't we ever kick out songs that don't sound anything else?
I thought
like
we have.
Yeah, maybe we did.
I think we like songs that don't
then we-
represent the sound of
Right,
the band.
right.
Oh, I feel like we have.
I don't
Okay,
think we have.
tricky
Oh,
song.
I
But
could
it's a good
totally.
idea.
I gave my 2 right away though. Those are my 2. Go.
All right,
Let's.
well, shout out to Last Kiss from.
Oh, I
Okay.
got a couple. Like anyway.
Okay, let me kick out my second
Do it.
problematic jam. You guys ready to sing and dance to this wonderful song?
Ready?
Yes, let's go.
Let's get retarded.
Oh, the original.
Here.
Come on, come on, come on. Yeah.
And the bass keeps running, running, and running, running, and running, running, and running, running, and running, running.
I don't know what it is.
In this context, there's no disrespect, so when I bust my rhyme, you break your necks. We got 5 minutes for us to disconnect from all intellect and let the rhythm affect us to lose our inhibition. Follow your intuition, free your inner soul and break away from tradition. Cause when we be out, girl, it's pulling we out. You wouldn't believe how we wow shit out. We burn it till it's burned out, turn it till it's turned out. Act up from northwest, east side.
Everybody, everybody, let's get into it. Get stupid, get retarded, get retarded, get retarded.
Let's get retarded. Let's get retarded in here. 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 Yeah. Lose control of body and soul. Don't move too fast.
I'm not even going to say the name of this song, okay?
Is that what it's called? Is that the title? Yeah.
Well, this song is called Let's Get R-Worded.
Let's get Ard.
Let's get Ard, okay? We're not going back to 94. We're not going back to the
74.
70s, all right? We're going all the way back to 2003.
Oh my God.
Okay? The album's called Elefunk. Big album from a band called the Black Eyed Peas.
Oh, yeah.
And this was the version that appeared on Elefunk. In fact, I have it loaded up, so I might play it in a moment for Rob Preuss, who doesn't know this song here. But this is literally let's get our. I mean, even in
I've played this song in clubs.
Did you?
This version.
Wow.
Yeah, well, this for a while, anyways, for a year, this was the only version. Big song by Black Eyed Peas, but I'm gonna actually kill this offensive version. Okay, and I'm going to play for Rob another version that came out in 2004.
Yeah.
And this version I'm about to play was only created because the 2004 NBA playoffs on ABC wanted to use the song, and ABC's like,
Really?
can you remove the R word from the
wow.
song?
fun.
Okay. So they're like, okay, we'll do a new version. This is like the clean version. And this came out as like the fourth and final single from Elefunk. But the single that I'm about to play comes out in June 2004.
Wow.
Okay. So let's go away from the R word for a moment. Goodbye, R word.
Let's get it started. The music is fantastic.
That's
like,
great.
It's super cool.
Running,
and the bass keeps running and running and running and running and running and in this context, there's no disrespect. So when I bust my rhyme, you break your necks. We got 5 minutes for us to disconnect from all intellect and let the rhythm affect. To lose our inhibition, follow your intuition, free your inner soul and break away from tradition. Cause when we be out, girl, it's pulling me out. You wouldn't believe
Will I Am produced it.
We burn it till it's burned out, turn it till it's turned out. Act up from northwest, east side. Everybody, everybody, let's get into it. Get stoned, get it started, get it started, get it started. Let's get it started. Let's get it started.
Okay, so thank you to ABC who wanted to use this song for the 2004 NBA playoffs. We got this version, which I can tell you the title of this version is Let's Get It Started. And then, of course, Black Eyed Peas released this as the final single from Elefunk. We call it the clean version, the censored version, if you will. And this version, Let's Get It Started, went all the way to number 21 on the Billboard Hot 100.
Wow.
And now I feel like, it rightly so maybe, they don't even acknowledge like that the original version ever existed.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
they didn't
it's been erased.
Well, they literally replaced it on all the digital and streaming platforms
Did
with
they?
the new version.
Oh,
so
funny.
if you're searching for it on probably on Apple or Spotify or whatever, you're going to find Let's Get It Started.
Yeah.
You won't find Let's Get R-worded. Okay. But you apparently, if you wanted like I need the R-word version. I need the fucking R-word version.
I prefer this version.
You can go to there's a Let's Get It Started EP release in the iTunes store, which still has the Let's Get It R-word. Let's get R-worded.
That's really funny.
Available here. Black Eyed Peas. Bunch of big hits from Black Eyed Peas. This was like their big breakthrough because this one had Where Is the Love was like the first single, and then suddenly Black Eyed Peas was everywhere.
So
But you
was
missed this one, eh, Robbie?
Yeah, but was the remade version released as a single as well?
Yeah,
And was it a bigger hit?
Let's Get R was not a hit.
Okay.
It was an album cut
Yeah.
that got played in it. Like it was, people knew it was a banger of a song.
Sure, but
and
they
then
wouldn't play it.
It wasn't out on the radio. No,
Because it's funny, like as a creative person, when you're creating something, you might write something and go, "Oh my god, if we use that, we'll never get airplay."
Yeah.
And in the olden days, you knew that, so you
Yeah,
changed it.
so you changed
Nile Rodgers always used to tell the story about the Chic song "Freak Out,"
Right.
where they weren't admitted into Studio 54, and they went back to their rehearsal place, and they wrote the song that went, "Aw, fuck off," and they're like,
That
"That
was
will
it.
never get airplay," so
Right.
they changed it to "Freak Out," and
right.
of course
and
the
that
rest
was
is
it. Became the biggest hit. Yeah. That song is interesting. I wanted to hear it. It's got samples of "Fallen" by Alicia Keys in it. And do you remember Bases Loaded? I don't know. There was like a rap band from '93.
No, I only remember Bass is Bass.
So Bases Loaded is the song. Leaders of the New School is.
Well, I remember them, of course. They were with Tribe Called Quest.
Yeah,
and
so
Scenario.
there's a sample from them in this.
Wow.
Yeah.
Whosampled.com.
Busta Rhymes is from Leaders of the New School, isn't he?
I don't know.
I think
Yeah, you
so.
would know that. I
Do you
don't
go to
know.
that website, whosampled.com?
Oh, it's so good.
Oh, it's amazing.
I love it.
Do you
too.
know? You remember Harlem Shake?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
So that guy, the DJ Bauer, the DJ who does that, he's got a whole series on TikTok and on Instagram of him going through the Who Sampled thing, and all he does is pull them out and listen to them.
My favorite.
I love that shit.
Yeah,
And the coolest
he's
thing to me
great.
is
I
the-
send some of those to you when I see them. Yeah.
The Beastie Boys album, Paul's Boutique.
Oh, the whole you can
There's playlists of like every song that they've sampled, and it's so cool to listen to.
Yeah.
Oh, that's legendary. That's the album before the one that you see the sticker for.
Which?
Oh,
yeah.
Because
Check
Check
Your
Your
Head.
Head was the next one after
Yeah.
that. Okay, I love Beastie Boys. What words do you have, Rob Preuss, before your third and
My
final
third song is
problematic
in
jam? We've
this-
had a lot of problematic music today.
My music is not problematic because it's 50 years ago.
Well,
To
then
me,
why are you kicking it out on the
well,
problematic
because it's
jams
problematic.
episode
The
of
subject
Toast?
matter, I believe, is problematic.
Well, if you don't think it's problematic, I'm not going to play it.
Play it.
Okay.
It's problematic, but it's fun. No, it's the same thing.
It better be fucking offensive, Rob.
There's no R words, no F words, no
N words.
Lady that I know just came from Colombia. She smiled because I did not understand. Then she held out some marijuana. She said it was the best in all the land. And I said, no, I
kind of a Jamaican accent.
A little bit. I just noticed that too. Ringo trying to be Jamaican, man.
Thank you, please. It only makes me sneeze. Then it makes it hard to find a door. A woman that I know just came from Mallorca, Spain. She smiled because I did not understand. Then she held out a 10-pound bag of cocaine. She said it was the finest in the land.
And I said, yeah.
No, I don't. No more.
A sniff, man.
Tired of waking up on the floor. No, thank you, please. It only makes me sneeze. Then it makes
This is an anti-drug song.
It's sort of, I mean, it is, but it would never get played today.
Move over, Bill Cosby.
That's right.
What's the name of it? What is it?
The No song.
Is this Ringo?
It's Ringo Starr. 1974. It was a #1 hit in Canada.
Is Rude's Magic a problematic jam?
Oh.
Why?
No, sorry. Magic's Rude.
Magic's
I got it
Rude,
backwards.
right.
Why? Why would it be
Because they're
problematic?
doing a bit of a Jamaican accent. They're doing
they're doing an
reggae. They're a
accent.
bunch
They're
of
doing a
white guys
vibe.
from Toronto.
Um,
Bob's thinking about it.
I don't think so.
No.
Do
I
they
think
have
it's
dreadlocks? Is it problematic when
white people dreadlocks.
What's his name?
One of
Counting
my
Crows, dude.
Yeah. No,
There's a lot of examples. I'm thinking
I have
of now
a friend.
in CanCon too.
I have a friend. I've known her for 25 years, and she was the first white person I knew to have dreads. And it was the 90s when people did, and she still has them.
Really?
Yeah, and they're like down to her butt, and I feel like her spirit about them is. I don't think it's a blanket thing.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. Maybe because I'm close to the person, the dread thing. I think I can.
Well, the guy from the Doughboys had it forever.
Yeah.
He had the dreads going here.
Did not know. That's amazing.
Okay, you know, he's got the cover of that She's 16, She's Beautiful.
You're
and She's
16,
Mine.
you're beautiful.
16.
Yeah, it was right in the
Ringo
same
Starr.
era. Yep, 74. Ringo was doing all
Good
these
Night
solo songs.
Vienna was the album.
Yes. Uh-huh.
Wow, which is
But the song was written by Hoyt Axton, who wrote the song for Three Dog Night, Joy to the World.
Wow.
Jeremiah was a bullfrog. Great song. Yeah.
Harry Nilsson's on background vocals for
Yep.
this.
Yep.
Wow.
Harry, that was the era when Harry was partying, I believe, with John Lennon, and they were all hanging out. And Anne Murray was down in L.A. They were all together.
If you're going to go off
Hanging
on
with the Beach Boys.
Yeah. If you're going to go off and say that Rude by Magic
I'm
is...
just asking the questions.
So my question then is, what about half the stuff by the Police? They've got a whole bunch of reggae beats. Is that problematic? Can only people from Jamaica do something with a reggae beat?
No,
I don't think so.
No, because they reinvented
What about Follow
it.
Your Daughter Home by the Guess Who?
Follow Your Daughter Home. That's a cool song.
Amen. Follow Your Daughter
Well, if they're
Home.
putting an accent on, that's a different thing. I feel like there's...
What about Snow's Informer?
Oh,
Because he's a
absolutely
future
fine.
FOTM.
It's absolutely fine. The guy...
Not problematic.
No, the guy was like, he spent a ton of time in Jamaica. That's, and he's doing the patois. It's like a language, right? So...
Well, he
I don't-
explains it that he grew up with new Canadians from Jamaica in Toronto here.
In
Toronto, Ontario,
Scarborough.
Canada.
Yes.
Hello from Toronto, Ontario, Canada.
That's right.
Andy Cornish, whoever you are. Okay. You got an extra jam here.
I do?
Yeah. Can I play it?
Keith Moon is on
No,
this.
you don't. You don't.
No,
you
I
don't.
don't.
You don't. My
I wish I
apologies.
did.
Keith Moon?
Yeah,
Bobblehead
What?
jam.
Yeah, they were all hanging out. Yeah.
Wow.
He's
There-
problematic.
Yeah, there's no extra jams with the No song. The No song speaks for itself.
No, that's great. So do you think it's... So why do you think it's
I
problematic?
think it's problematic just because of the subject matter. So like this was a number one
Don't do
song.
drugs?
Don't do drugs, but I think even like
That is problematic.
you don't take it as just don't do them. You're sort of describing them, and I just think it wouldn't get airplay today. People would be like, "Oh my god, he's singing about cocaine," and like clearly.
Have you listened to Lady Gaga?
Yeah, I know.
And like I think...
How about I Can't Feel My Face?
Yeah, like by
That's a whole
yeah.
Coke jam.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah,
I think this one's not problematic.
I'm gonna have to
Except for
call you
the-
against
are
that
you?
one. Yeah, I'm
The
gonna vote
reggae,
against.
Do you think it's anti-drug?
Yeah.
Oh, it's
Because he said
anti-drug.
no, no,
Oh,
no.
for
He's
sure.
saying,
it does.
no, man, I don't want any more Coke. It makes
I
me
think Nancy Reagan would have loved that song.
That's true.
I'm gonna
The most
vote
offensive
against.
part of that song is when he calls it marijuana or however he says it. Like, I
never noticed that.
I find the term marijuana offensive. Like they racialized it.
Well, you know,
it's
it was,
cannabis.
yeah. I was going to say, like that's a created term by like
Yeah, I
the
know.
Is it
American.
really?
Yes,
Yeah. I did not know
marijuana.
that.
Yeah, cannabis.
To racialize it.
They actually wanted to associate it with Mexicans.
Yeah.
No way.
And the story goes,
I
like
never knew that.
the urban legend goes, or I don't know if it's true or not, but they actually like the FBI, like the CIA, the American government created the term marijuana.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Breaking news. Hoyt Axton appeared on WKRP as the hick who loved Jennifer from her hometown in West Virginia.
He was in a couple of movies. That's really cool.
That's a mind blow from the VP of sales there. Holy crow. Jeremy Hopkins wondering if the entire ska movement is problematic because we talked about the white dudes doing the Jamaican. And I don't, you know, reggae is one thing, but when you go into the accent, it's problematic. And I think he's doing an accent there, Mr. Ringo
Good point
Starr.
on the Guess Who too, though.
Yeah,
Father, You Got Home.
I always wondered about Father, You Got Home.
Yeah.
If that was problematic here.
Right.
But, you know, again, we're not here to judge the songs. We're just here having a discussion. What songs that we listen to are problematic, right? You know, goodness, the Clash's Rudy Can't Fail. Is that problematic? Andy's wondering aloud. We're getting a conversation going here. But drug use, like, music is art and it's discussing different things. Discussing drug use. I mean, how many Alice in Chains songs are talking about heroin addiction, right?
Yeah.
Like, to me, that's not problematic at all.
That's true.
That's the reality of life, that people are addicted, et cetera, et cetera.
Addictions. That's true.
Goodness gracious.
But I don't. Yeah, I think that's a cute song, but I don't think it's problematic.
Okay, good.
Just myself. What are you looking at there?
Canada Kev says two-tone was all about bringing black and white together.
That's right.
It was a very British thing too,
Respect.
right? Because in the culture, in the society, they really merged it.
Well, again, much like Toronto,
Yeah.
London had a great influx of new English people coming from Jamaica, which was a part of the Commonwealth.
No, like, we have the most Jamaican people outside of Jamaica, I think, in Toronto. Absolutely.
Absolutely. Okay. Shout out to Mishi Me. Okay. So, is it a problem when the message is coming from a person who clearly doesn't follow his message?
That could make it, yeah. Because I'm pretty sure that Ringo partook
They were
in
doing
some-
the things they said, I'm not doing it.
Ringo's what is he now?
83.
83?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've never
Oh,
saw.
no, he's 84.
Did you ever go see him with his all-star band?
I did.
My father-in-law went last year, and they had the dude from Africa, from Toto.
Oh, yeah.
And I didn't realize.
Which dude?
I don't know.
I think it was Steve Lukather, maybe.
Sounds
the
right.
guitar
Okay.
player, yeah.
On that note, Stu Stone in the basement next week.
Yes.
Okay.
You said that last time, did it not?
You know why?
I feel
he
like
had COVID.
Yeah.
Did he?
He had COVID.
Oh,
Okay.
gross.
He actually got COVID and we postponed it.
Oh, okay.
So he wasn't. No, he is coming next week.
But I didn't realize that, when he has Sheila E. as his to drum or whatever. He
Back to
has
We Are
had.
the World.
He has had.
Yep.
And I didn't realize that the people in the band do their songs
yeah,
as
that's
well.
the best part.
I didn't. I
Every
would
single-
go see Ringo then.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Yep.
It's
Every
real.
single
I've heard it's
person-
amazing.
it's problematic
really good.
to use her as a lure to get Prince to be on We Are the World.
That's right.
That is
They did, yeah.
problematic.
That's
to
true.
use her like that.
That's true.
I'm offended by that.
But yeah,
Okay.
his shows are great because each person does like their 2 or 3 big hits, whatever, along with Ringo doing all the Beatles, of course.
So my jam here, I have to admit, I didn't know it as a kid. But I have Sirius in the car, and I was on the 50s on 5, or when it was back then. They've moved the 50s way down the dial now. Oh yeah,
didn't know that.
oh yeah. No, not enough people listen to the 50s and 60s.
They're dying off.
They've been relegated.
They're at Ridley Funeral Home.
Yeah. Exactly.
So I heard this song, and I literally turned it up. I was like, oh my god,
Oh, wow.
this song is so inappropriate. Go for it.
When a girl changes from bobby socks to stockings,
Wait.
and she starts trading her baby toys for boys. When that one shy little sleepyhead learns about love and its lilt, you can bet that the change is more than from cotton to silk. If a miss wants to be kissed instead of cuddled, and to this you are in doubt as what to say. When a girl changes from bobby socks to stockings, and she's old enough to give her heart away.
Yeah. It's not much longer, is it?
When a girl changes
Oh, it's the same thing. It's just repeat it.
He's doing it again. All right, why is this problematic, Bob Willette?
It's a little rapey. I don't know.
What's it called?
It's literally called Bobby Socks to Stockings by Teen Angel himself, Frankie Avalon.
This is Frankie Avalon.
Yes.
Oh my God.
1956 is this song, and it went to number 8 on the Billboard Hot 100. So it's a top 10 song, and it's just in that same vein of all those songs where
Paul Anka style. This is like
it's creepy. It's problematic because it's creepy.
This is one step before when I saw you coming out of school
at 16. Exactly. It's like, and like, so what? Like, why are you singing about this, dude? Because there's ambiguity about what age this is.
Yeah.
Like, when does a girl stop wearing bobby socks and start wearing stockings, and that's when you can kiss her? And oh man, I heard it and I was like, oh my,
wow,
yeah. It's a problematic song.
Oh, funny.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of, Teen Angel. There's a whole bunch.
Ted Nugent's got songs about underage.
Oh, I'm sure.
Women.
I mean, yeah,
he's
sure.
problemamek.
You
for
think?
a variety of
for a bunch of reasons.
Yes.
Yeah. So, anyways, I just thought it was one of.
But speaking of Check Your Head, which is the follow up from to Paul's Boutique, they got the Biz versus the Nuge on that thing. I love that fucking CD. That was the BC Boys, the Biz versus the Nuge.
I don't know that.
Biz Marquee versus Ted Nugent.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, funny.
Okay, that's a problematic jam.
Yeah,
Bobby
there's
Socks
so
to
many
Stockings.
there's so many songs. And again, now I know people were getting married younger in the 50s, right? So you're getting married at 20.
Yeah. How old were you when you got married?
I was 30. Almost
30.
Almost 30. Yeah.
You dated a long time.
We started, we did. We dated 8 years.
You had to make sure.
Laura was 17, turning 18 when we started dating. And she was 25, or turning 26. Wow. And I was 30, 29, turning 30. There's almost a full 5 years.
How old were you when you married the first time, Rob Preuss?
25.
Okay.
Almost 26.
I agree people are getting married young, but I got married at 21.
Did you really?
Wow. Really?
Wow.
How old was your first wife when you got
20.
married? Wow. Can't imagine why it didn't work out.
She's turning 50 this coming June.
Wow.
So there you go.
That's crazy. 21. So did you have a big wedding?
No, we got married at Old City Hall.
Oh. Oh, shotgun.
Smallest wedding there is.
Shotgun. Wow. Shotgun. I get it.
Blast. You can't do a shotgun wedding in Canada because you get the license and then they're like, okay, next Tuesday. Like, it's not like Vegas.
Well, that's still a shotgun.
Yeah, but there's days.
Yeah. Shotgun-esque.
So you can't be drunk one night and then end up married in Toronto.
Yeah.
Right.
Anyway, so I think those songs are not without their, like, some of them you understand. That one just super creepy. It's Creep Town, man. I love it.
I love it.
I like how creepy it is in an ironical way. Ah, yes. All for one line, though? All right. Okay.
That one line.
There's one line.
They could have used a different word.
Could have.
Wonder he was portraying somebody. I think it feels.
I know. I get it.
Then, but then we could also talk about how inappropriate are "Delirious" and "Raw" by Eddie Murphy.
Yeah,
so the homophobic stuff.
We
in
loved
Raw,
it, and of course we loved it back then, right?
Yeah, but they're not going to play "Delirious" on 680 CFTR.
That's true.
No, but it still makes it
problematic. But but 100% is problem.
Yeah.
This I will discuss.
Let's
in a moment because we have some guy named Sting. Do you know this is Sting?
I've heard of him. Yeah, he sounds familiar.
Gordon Sumner. Do you know that's his real name? You know that.
I did know that. Yes.
Gordon.
This is him. We'll get to it because I actually had somebody in the basement Tuesday. Yeah, this is Gordon Sumner, Sting from Police. Speaking of the Police, and I had someone in the basement,
isn't it?
Yeah, but this voice we're hearing is Sting.
On this one is Sting? Yeah. The whole song?
Yeah. No, this part.
Just this part?
Yeah.
He's the guest vocalist.
Oh.
He's like Brian Adams on Glass Tigers.
100% good analogy.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you about my conversation on Tuesday with a gay man. We talked about the F slur and we talked about Eddie Murphy's Delirious. Coming up soon, we got Dire Straits.
Hit the post.
Money for nothing on Toronto Mike's Toast episode 39. Let's fucking go!
That's the way you do it. You play the guitar on MTV. That ain't working. That's the way you do it. Money for nothing and your chicks for free. Now that ain't working. That's the way you do it. Let me tell you, damn guys ain't dumb. Maybe get a pistol on your little finger. Maybe get get a blister on your thumb. We got to install microwave ovens, custom kitchen deliveries. We got to move these refrigerators. We got to move these color TVs. To the little faggot with the earring and the makeup.
There you go, buddy.
Yeah, buddy.
Coming back, just in case you missed it. And one more time, just in case.
Did you do it?
So you get 3 F slurs in there. Holy smokes. Okay.
Yeah.
Great song. We all heard it on Much Music, like crazy. The video. Last month we talked about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and the director directed this video.
That's
do you remember
right.
this?
Yes,
We played
yes,
this.
I do.
Talking about this in a small world. Okay, so. At the time, I don't know if I knew really what the F slur was.
I didn't even hear it. Like, I'll be honest, when I was at Proud FM, when this kind of came back to light, and like it was, I don't know what brought it back to light, but something brought it back to light.
Maybe the Christmas song, my favorite Christmas song, Fairy Tale of New York.
Yeah, which
has an F slur.
Yeah, which you can easily just give it a little whoop, and it's not there anymore, right? Like you can just, and it's
for radio.
Yeah, for radio.
Because I still love that song.
You scumbag.
But I still love this
you
song.
maggot.
Like these are problematic jams, but it doesn't mean we don't listen to them anymore.
Yeah, I did. I'll be honest, I didn't even notice it before. I didn't, but I did have a lot of very serious conversations with the people who I worked with at Proud FM and the audience about it, and it was kind of divided.
In this song?
Yeah, like it was kind of divided.
But he does it 3 times. Like it isn't like he doesn't just do it once and maybe you miss it, but 3 times.
So it had an aggression to it, maybe.
But it feels like excessive.
A little aggressive. Yeah. I don't know. I mean,
and it's mid 80s. We're not going back to the 50s.
There's there's a whole generation of young gay men who have kind of taken that word back and they use it with each other.
But Mark Knopfler's not a gay man.
Yeah, but okay, so fair enough, but what about the idea that because if the word's been taken back, it's okay that it was used. It's not as offensive. You've taken the power away from him.
I remember when that song was on the radio, even at the time, I remember thinking it's like unnecessary. Why did you need to use that word? Like, it sort of seemed dumb. Like sort of. Maybe he's trying to be a character or whatever. Like he's, you know what I mean? He's speaking in the voice of somebody else.
Yeah.
But it seems lazy, like a lazy choice.
It's worth noting, you're not going to hear this on Q107 today.
Yeah.
Like there's a reason they're not playing this song, and this is a big jam from Dire Straits.
It was a massive song.
Would have been on Boom.
It's like their biggest jam.
Boom and Q would play this song every day if it didn't have the F slur.
No, it's true. Yep.
So it's problematic.
It is,
no matter how, and yes, you can say he's playing a character who would use that word. That's the same deal with Fairy Tale of New York.
Yes, right.
This is the character that would say the F slur.
Well, you could say the same thing about Quentin Tarantino's character in Pulp Fiction.
That's right.
Yeah, you can.
It's a character.
And no one's banning Pulp Fiction. No one's pulling this song from Spotify,
well,
right?
But they're pulling it from
radio
airwaves.
is not playing it because many people, not just gay people, straight people too, are offended by the F slur. Because it's used with such vitriol and hatred towards somebody because of their sexual preference.
Right.
While we're on this conversation, how do we feel about the whole, I don't know if you've seen these memes or not, about people going on about how the left-wing, liberal men and the idea of using the word gay to mean not fun or not cool. Like trying to make it, or you go back to the R word if you wanted to. But what about, okay, so forget the F, that word. But what about using, oh man, that's so gay as a term, but you're not saying it's homosexual. You're just saying it's not, I don't like it.
Well, there's
a movement back. People are trying to bring that back.
Really?
Oh yeah, I think so.
It was certainly a word that we used when I was a kid.
Which word? Sorry, I was reading the live stream. What word
we're not talking.
Oh, F slur?
No,
gay.
Gay.
In the same vein, what about? I think there are people, comedians, some comedians, some people online, content creators who are trying to make the using the word gay to mean something that's not good or cool.
Yeah, like in our schoolyards.
That's exactly what Rob just said. Yeah.
When we were kids,
we said, "Oh, dude, that's so gay."
Yeah,
not meaning that that's homosexual.
Yes.
That just means I don't.
Stupid
it's
or dumb
stupid.
or
Yeah.
whatever.
Like, so are we looking like if we're okay? Are we okay?
But here's
with
the
that?
difference. Like I just said gay, and I just said gay again. And I'm saying gay again.
Yeah.
Because on my podcast, I'll say the word gay.
Yeah.
But I won't say the F slur.
No.
Like so like it's like
Well, there's
Unless you're British and you want to go for a smoke.
But you won't. Yeah, if you do that, but you wouldn't use that the term of "that's so gay" to something that's not cool.
Right.
No, but in the Flintstones theme song, they say we'll have a gay old time.
Well, and we could deck the halls with bells of holly. You know, and there's a
We'll have a gay old time. Is
Donwin gay apparel?
That's it. Donwin gay apparel.
Okay, so just on Tuesday, Scott Thompson's been in Bob's basement.
Yes. Although he was on Zoom and the audio was horrible.
I remember that.
It was so bad.
Yes. He talked about Mouth Congress.
Yeah, it was with Paul Bellini in a towel. Paul Bellini worked for me at Proud FM.
That's so cool.
I think Paul is one of the most underrated kind of Canadian stars because he's Scott Thompson's writing partner and he is responsible for a lot of the really interesting things that happened on Kids in the Hall.
That's right.
I haven't listened to the Scott.
You know what? I'm ordering you to listen.
Yeah.
It's a really good episode.
It's 90 minutes, but he talks in such detail
so open about
why Amazon he will never work with Amazon again.
Yeah.
He gives specifics. He tells you the Buddy Cole bit that they filmed.
Yes.
But Amazon wouldn't air it on Prime. He talks in such detail about witnessing the school shooting in 1975.
That was unbelievable. I had no idea about that.
I listened a few times. I cut out that part and put it on YouTube. Unbelievable. He talks about telling jokes during the shooting. He talks about whipping out a sandwich.
Unbelievable.
And how that shapes his history in comedy right after.
Yeah.
He talks about being firebombed in L.A.
Yeah.
Because his boyfriend he lived with in L.A. did that movie about the Hussein family in Iraq. Wow. And we didn't even know we never even talked about the fact he survived cancer, but he's had so much trauma, so much we talked about Gary Shandling. We talked about, why, Buddy Cole's on tour and not Kids in the Hall. Like he didn't name names, but there's somebody
holding out.
Somebody's holding out.
It was a really
tree talk.
It was a really good conversation.
But we talked about the F slur.
Yeah.
We talked about the F slur, and he didn't want any. He's like, say it. He's fine. He's fine. He's
okay if you say it.
He's completely fine if I say the F slur, and he thinks this identity politics. He went off on it. He says he's being censored more from the left than the right now.
Yeah.
The bit he shares about Buddy Cole.
Yes.
He said they couldn't get it through because it would be offensive to Jewish people and Muslim people.
And both. Well, you're just running the gamut there. It's amazing.
It's equal opportunity offender, this Scott.
Well, if you're going to offend everybody.
But he's fine with the F slur. And my brother Steve was over for my daughter's birthday yesterday.
You have a brother?
I have a couple of brothers. Really? And my brother Steve said he listened to the episode and he said he was trying to get you to say the F slur. But I didn't bite. I'm not saying it, but I'll say gay.
Yeah.
I'm not saying the F slur because to me there's a hatred to the F slur. And
did you guys talk about the word queer at all?
Yeah, he went off. Yes, he doesn't like the word queer.
Exactly. I have people who I worked with in the LGBTQA community who hate the Q, hate queer.
Okay,
because that was used against them. That was like, you're queer.
Right.
Get like that was used, and I think it's of a certain age. I think that
Scott seems upset at how anybody and their brother and their mother could
fit under the queer
umbrella.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's the other thing that he made a good point about was the censorship between the difference between CBC and HBO.
Right.
And the fact that what CBC was letting go by, HBO would not let fly.
Right.
That was a good rhyme, flying by. But the American prudishness, the concern that they have for censorship like belies and sort of exposes the world that we live in now.
Big fucking word there.
Because the censors and the sensitivity in America is over the top because they're so two-faced about everything, right?
Well, yeah, I mean, we could, extreme, our fundamentalism on either side is bad, right? Yeah. And the left really has not done a great job. The left hasn't done a great job on being, I don't want to say a middle ground, but I've just been so extreme, so worried about identity politics and the smaller picture that it's allowed the right to come up and do all this stuff.
Yeah, the DI and
like the fact that they cheered when Trump did his address to Congress and they cheered, we're getting rid of DEI. They're like, how
there are only
fucked
two
is
genders
that?
in this country, and then they all go bananas. Man and woman, that's it.
How fucked is it that the people who run the country down there cheered that they're getting rid of DEI? Look, and DEI is not perfect. perfect. It's like when what do they call it in the States? Equal opportunity.
Affirmative action.
Affirmative action.
Right.
It's not perfect, but as a man who spent most of last year without a job, and I will say firmly because I'm a middle-aged white guy, I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Because that's the world we live in, and things have to change.
Yep.
Things have to change. But
Gonna make a change.
exactly. I'm not
once
gonna.
in
But I
my
think part of my I couldn't get jobs. People had DEI things to fill out, and that's okay.
Yeah.
I'm smart enough to know that that's okay.
It's a changing world.
I grew up in a world where the black kids on my street or in my building or the brown kids, they couldn't even get an interview because of what their last name was.
Right.
So I understand that has to happen.
Yep.
But we got so messed up in words and names and
defining things and thinking that when you define a thing, that's it.
Yeah,
Cut and dry.
and I agree with Scott. I think he's a really smart guy.
Yeah.
You have to listen.
I will.
It might be the best episode I've ever done.
Do you really feel that way?
I feel that way.
What would you put in your top 5? Do you have a top 5?
You have to. Okay, so my mind sees. Okay, so he's a big name.
Yeah.
People know Larry Sanders Show.
Yeah.
A lot of people know Kids in the Hall.
Yeah.
So it's a big name. He's live in person.
Yeah.
So he's he's not on Zoom. He's sitting right where you are.
Oh.
Yeah, because I changed it because somebody told me my camera. The Charlie Angus video went viral, and a lady who's some in photography for TV shows says I have it backwards. So I made adjustments based on this feedback. See, I will take feedback, okay? But yeah, sitting there, I felt like he was being honest with me. Like it felt like he was just going to tell like it was, and I felt like his story was mind blowing. Like even if. Just being 16 in that Brampton high school when the kid shows up and starts shooting up the place because he wanted to kill that teacher who was Scott Thompson's teacher and his favorite teacher.
Wow.
And and how that moment, and we talk about him making he makes a joke in that moment that it gets a reaction, and then he whips out a sandwich and everything. And then he realizes he's running towards the danger in his comedy life forevermore.
Yes. Yeah.
Like he's now running towards the danger, and literally he pivots. He's only 16 there. He's at York University doing comedy, and he basically says, I'm going to be a part of this troupe here. This Kid's in the Hall. He's the last one in.
That was so cool that he saw them and he wanted to meet them and join them. It's just really neat.
I think that a combination of everything, in person, the way, the mood, just the way it went, the content, I think that might be the best Toronto Mike episode. But what do I know?
It's not the best because you've got how many? Like almost 1,600 episodes.
It's not better than the Preuss and Willette episodes.
Yeah, no, but I think that he speaks to the general way that you are able to bring good stories out of people.
I'm quantity, not quality.
Yeah.
I'm top 10 in guests here, so in appearances. So it's not about me being good.
That's right.
Yeah.
But I would say for all time,
yes, Mike is very good.
Oh yeah,
and Mike is comfortable enough. I think your lack of professional broadcast
it's working for me.
Because you ask questions that people would be afraid of to ask if they were on the CBC.
You want the real
or
talk.
Whatever. You ask questions that are difficult to ask, but I don't think you ever feel that they're difficult to ask. Do you?
No, because if I felt they were inappropriate or out of bounds, I wouldn't ask them. Like it's not.
But you ask questions that I think are over the line of what people would think are out of bounds.
I'm fearless. Okay?
No, that's what I mean. No, do
fiercely
you feel
independent?
There you go.
Aren't you?
Though so I dropped it in the CNN interview.
Sure did.
As an Easter egg.
I loved it.
Am I getting my new theme song of Easter egg?
Yes, I'm going to start working on some new ones for sure.
Will we have it for the next episode of Toast?
Maybe.
I want to unveil it on the next episode of Toast.
Okay.
So I don't even want to know what I don't even want to know what the Easter eggs are because we'll listen live at the end.
I still want to take a few more suggestions though because I have a bunch of ideas already, but I feel like I should get a few.
So go to Blue Sky. Why isn't Bob Willette on Blue Sky?
I don't know.
You know what?
Because we chat a lot and we tag and we tag you.
They just asked me at Indy to start a Blue Sky.
Do it.
Do it.
Join
for
us.
fuck's sake. Here, join us. Okay. I'm no longer on posting on X. Like this won't be on X. Yep. We need to get you on Blue Sky. By the way, when it was in 85, so I'm like 10 years old, and I loved that album, Brothers in Arms by Dire Straits. It had 3 big monster hits off of it, okay?
Yes.
And one of them was Money for Nothing. It had the big video, because it was that like CGI type thing, with animation or whatever. Big video, much music. And it was like, Sting is doing this, and I didn't know it was Sting at the time, I don't think, but it was, I want my MTV. I won't do it, I can't hit that high note. But I actually wasn't sure what that was. So, because I was, born and raised in Toronto, we didn't get MTV here, but let me just play a little promos here. visual.
Yeah.
Right?
Turn it on. Leave it on.
I want my MTV. You want your MTV.
I want my MTV.
I want my MTV.
Madonna.
Turn it on.
Leave it on. America. See the music you want to see.
I want my MTV.
Billy Idol.
All
Or
right.
Cyndi Lauper, right?
Yeah.
Turn it on. Leave it on.
I want my MTV.
I want my MTV.
So this was before the song.
Yeah.
This yeah.
So
that's-
he's. I didn't know that that was the MTV slogan.
Now, do you know why Sting came on board for that though? Do you have the fun
Tell
fact?
me.
Okay. Because the melody that he sings is "Don't stand so close to me. I want my MTV." That's why he's doing it. Yeah, like it was a kind of a brilliant move. Probably, I don't know if he got a songwriting credit on it, but basically Mark Knopfler took Sting's song "Don't Stand So Close to Me" and said, "I want my."
Don't stand so
Yeah, it's exactly the same. That's why he did it.
I will say, Jane Sibbery's online too. What is it, Jane? What is it, Jane? That's a fun fact. That's a fucking fun
That's
fact.
why because it like triggers people's minds to hear Sting in his little high range singing, and "Don't Stand So Close to Me" had already been hit.
Well, I promised something earlier in this lengthy episode here.
Yeah, we're going along, eh?
And then we'll wrap it up after this.
Yeah.
Looky here, people, listen to my story. A little story about a man named Jed. You know, something that poor mountain
It's weird out.
They say he barely kept his family fed. Now let me tell you, one day he was shooting. Old Jed was shooting at some food. When all of a sudden, right up from the ground there, well, it came a bubbling crude. All that is, well, maybe you call it black gold, the Texas tea. He gonna move next to Mr. Drysdale and be a Beverly Hillbilly.
From the same album as the Hot Rocks Polka.
It's
the
so good.
Beverly Hillbillies.
His production is so good. The way he can mimic exactly right.
I've had a lover of his on the program. Do you think I'll ever get Weird Al Yankovic in this basement?
A lover of his? You're going to tell us who?
No.
I know
An
who it is.
FOTM.
Do you want me to go back and...
She's an old friend of mine.
An FOTM.
Oh,
Let's
okay.
Go to TorontoMike.com. Click notable guests at the top. Or
Oh,
guests,
there
I
you
can't
go.
remember. One of those people listed is a former lover of Weird Al Yankovic.
Wow.
Would Weird Al Yankovic ever visit the basement? What do you think?
I feel like that's a distinct possibility.
Yeah.
Why not? I had Loretta Swit.
She zoomed in.
She did. It was a phone call, actually. Old school.
Wow. Okay.
Even a phone call. I had a
All
phoner
right.
with her.
So Bob Wagner, who else has been in the basement physically? Bob Wagner.
Bob Wagner and Chicken Shawarma are the only two that were live, but the Chicken Shawarma one didn't record properly, so I don't even have it. And my kids, that's it.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, no, nobody's done live. I actually got to get back on. I actually met a bunch of people over the weekend.
Get on Blue Sky, get back.
Yeah, they want me to do some episodes.
The
so-
Beaches, or who are we got? Like,
Yeah, Leandra and the sisters. Yeah, no, I would love. I got to get back on it.
That's a big get. Okay, so Bob's Basement returning
Yeah,
soon to your
I have
podcast
to. I have to.
feed.
I want to. I might actually do Bob's Basement from my shed. I got a pretty cool shed to do it from. Yeah,
Jeez.
yeah.
And we got, I never even mentioned it, but a fantastic T-shirt being worn by Rob Preuss.
Yes, Captain
Will we
Canada.
see it in the photo by Toronto Tree? Yes, for
Yeah.
sure. Captain Canada.
United Way,
Captain Canuck.
Captain Canuck, yes. I'm ready to cross the border with my Captain Canuck
There you
shirt
go.
and all my cereal.
We kicked out some problematic jams today, didn't
This
we?
just in, Canadian music legend Rob Preuss being held at the border.
He's been
detained.
That's
He's being
right.
detained. Do you hear about that woman who was detained for 2 weeks, Canadian?
Yeah, sending a message. That's a shot across the bow.
Sure it is. So is the nuclear sub in Halifax.
Oh!
That's a message too.
Who's that from? Norway?
France.
France.
But actually, they corrected it, and it's nuclear powered.
No,
nuclear armed.
but it's not.
There hasn't been nukes on Canadian soil.
No,
yet.
that's right.
No, so they says.
But yes,
so they says.
Right.
That was
Did
not.
Shawarma's sister invent storm chips? That's from the brother on the live stream.
I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe. He's got a couple sisters, or one sister. No, I think he's got two. He's got two sisters.
Are you bringing eggs back home with you?
No eggs. Just lots of cereal.
Cadbury
and chips.
eggs?
Cereal and chips. Oh, I have some Cadbury eggs. I do actually.
British ones apparently are better than the Canadian
yes.
ones.
For sure.
Oh, did Blurred Lines get Hansen? Moose Grumpy's
Yes.
wondering. Yes,
Oh.
Blurred Lines got Hansen.
Yeah, I love that
There's
jam.
a lot of problematic jams.
Oh, I love that song so much, though. It's so good.
There's a lot of problematic jams.
You know, I met Robin Thicke's dad, and we spent quality time together one day.
Who's Robin Thicke's dad?
That's some guy.
You ever seen Growing Pains?
Yeah.
I talk about it when I'm on the air on Tuesday
You
nights.
take the good, you take the bad, you take the rest, and then you got.
Well, you got a
That's
Facts
the
of Life
Facts of
theme
Life,
going on
but,
there,
yeah.
but same author, right?
Yeah.
Same guy. But Alan Thicke, on that show, Growing Pains, that's how we get Leonardo DiCaprio. You know this, right, Rob?
Sure.
That's how we get him. No,
Yeah,
he was
well,
already an actor.
He was on the show.
No, but he wasn't known. He was known. Like, I don't feel like we get the Leonardo DiCaprio without Growing Pains.
Oh, so that's
That's what I'm
interesting.
saying.
Well, you're saying he wouldn't have got his break somewhere else?
I'm not sure he'd ever get his breaks. He wouldn't be eating Gilbert Grape.
I thought of a good problematic Canadian jam we left off.
Okay, go, give it to me quick.
Bimbo on the Uncle Bob Show. Bimbo on the Uncle Bob Show.
Bobby's problematic, but it was
That's what I
always,
mean.
as far as we know, always consensual adults.
Yes, that's right.
There's nothing problematic about that.
No. Go.
And that brings us to the end of our 1,652nd show. Go to TorontoMike.com for all your Toronto Mike needs. I'm on Blue Sky at TorontoMike.com. Rob's on Blue Sky at Rob Preuss.
Yeah, something like that.
And you'll find Bob Willette there soon. He'll let us know when he gets there.
and TorontoMike.com now ad free.
That's right.
Oh, yeah, I didn't mention it.
That's right.
My
And not
wife
on
didn't
X.
like the ads, so I'm out $250 a month because I removed the ads so she
So
could
your wife
enjoy-
could look at it with.
Yeah, she
Couldn't you
wanted.
just
She
show her
didn't
back
like
end
the
or something?
experience.
We're
So
gonna pass the hat at TMLX.
at TMLX18, I'll pass that hat and recoup my losses. But the TorontoMike.com experience is now much better. There's no ads. Thanks to all who made this possible. Again, that's Great Lakes Brewery, Palma Pasta, RecycleMyElectronics.ca, Building Toronto Skyline, and Ridley Funeral Home. See you all tomorrow when, she was an important figure when it comes to Rap City on Much Music.
Ooh.
Speaking of Rap City on Much Music. Tomorrow joining me is Michelle Geister. We're going to talk Rap City.
Tune in tonight, and I'll try to drop some Indie 88. I'll try to drop some hints, some
Love it.
Toronto Mike hints.
Okay. Some R.
They're
Kelly.
called Easter eggs.
Easter eggs. That's
That's
it.
right.
There you go.
Happy Easter, everybody.
Happy St. Patrick's Day.